All right, gentlemen, we're back, baby, for the post mortem, and the you know I really do think this post mortem thing is apt because it is like examining a dead body. We need to figure out the cause of what happened here.
I know. I know what you mean by that.
Oh God.
I'm still kind of heartbroken about this.
Yeah. So this is the PlayStation Showcase 2023 postmortem. I am Razorblade Mango, as always. I have Richard with me today,
So people,
and I have Cleox as well.
Hey.
And yeah, so a lot of people were not happy with this showcase. A lot of people.
no,
This is
I saw.
this is probably the most negative response I've seen to a PlayStation event in quite some time. It's really weird to see because sometimes when it comes to especially the state of plays, because I go into them with such low expectations, because when I see the state of play moniker, I think, oh, whatever. And then when people get mad at it, I kind of just shrug my shoulders and go, what the hell did you people expect? It's a state of play. You're lucky if a state of play is good. And we'll get into this, but I think it's safe to assume that time, if anyone tuned into our reactions to it when it was live, I think it's safe to assume that none of us have really softened on our gut reactions to the showcase. Is that fair to say?
Oh yeah, totally.
Yeah,
I don't want to spoil it yet. You guys will hear it later, but I was if you actually go for the VOD, thankfully it didn't get taken down, whatever. But I was fuming and yelling and screaming at one particular part of the showcase.
It's
They
not
know what I'm talking
yeah.
about.
It's not obvious if you weren't watching, if you watch it on Clayalex's VOD. On my end, I literally had my jaw open in disbelief at a few points. And I don't know about you guys, but the more I try wrapping my head around the logic behind this showcase and how it was planned and what kind of content they curated for it, the more pissed off I become.
you were messaging. We were messaging each other. You were telling me. I was like, yeah, no, it probably their worst showcase ever. Not in a sense of presentation, because it's like this is the one where you're supposed to like show the big boys, like the
Yeah,
big guns.
absolutely.
Yeah, it just fucking baffles my mind. And this has happened before where it's like you show us the big guns this year. It's like the big quote unquote summer event, not like the summer games fest. Now we're
Hmm.
not gonna talk about that. But I'm saying like usually in the summer, you put out the big guns and you show nothing. And for me personally, I feel they pulled an Xbox. They're gonna do something like,
Yeah,
oh,
that's
we'll
pretty
show the
fair.
big guns, but later. It's like, no, motherfuckers, you're supposed to show it now. If it wasn't ready, don't fucking show it to us then.
Yeah.
It's that fucking simple. We
So
won't get mad. At least be fucking honest.
so to begin, I want to give everybody a chance to, without any interruptions. I want everybody to have a few minutes to just go over their overall impressions of the showcase before we get into the specific games and we talk about those
Mm.
individually. So I'm gonna start with Richard. I'm gonna have you go first, Richard. So you have the floor
Yeah.
for your like 5 minutes. Go for it.
All right. So basically, after I finished watching the showcase, I mean, like we all said, like after we finished watching it, it wasn't a bad showcase. It just there wasn't like anything PlayStation related. Something that the brand like represents. Like there was nothing there really. So it kind of did make the name itself showcase like kind of pointless, and just the identity behind it, it's like it's not there. And even looking back now like how you said, like when you were like writing down notes and trying to like you when you were trying to when you were writing down notes for the podcast, that was, I know you told me like you began to realize that it probably is their worst like presentation like in years. And when you said that, I'm like, yeah, it probably is, because I mean, there was no first party, and right now, let's be real. I mean, I have my PS5, and right now it's just standing
Justin
there
in the corner.
Yeah, I don't have many. I mean, aside, I have games for it, but I rarely touch it now these days. But that's because there hasn't been many first party titles as the PS4 era had.
Yeah.
But yeah, those are my initial thoughts. More on that after Clay says his part, and the further we go.
The one thing I do want to push back on you, Richard, is that we did, to be fair, and this is probably the only time I'm going to defend the showcase. To be very fair, we did get an extended look at Spider-Man, which is a first-party title. But anyway, Clay, your overall impressions, no interruptions. Go for it.
Okay. Obviously, I feel like, our expectations for you were low, but holy fuck, PlayStation, what the fuck was that? I'll say it that, like, out of all the games that, and I'm not gonna name names, but one person did say, "Oh, I don't know why you got so mad at the showcase when they actually showed good games." That wasn't the issue. The issue was, it's like, take it from Richard's thing. There was no first party games. What you guys saw was going to, like, most of them are going to be on Xbox too, and a PC, of course. And again, it's a PlayStation showcase. Like, at the very least, and again, you guys know me. It's like, yes, I play mostly on PC, but come on, if you're going to make like a showcase where, this is our PS5. We got all these PS5 games. Like, no, you don't. They're going to be shared by all these other platforms. So you fucked yourselves up just by doing this. And honestly, the showcase feels like this was very last minute. I would dare say they felt like they were rushing this, and they were like, all right, just put all these games in, because let's be clear. If they took out any things that were not PS5 exclusive, yeah, we probably only have maybe fucking, I don't know, Spider-Man and that goddamn Gran Turismo movie, which, oh god, I'm gonna say it, and then I'll go back to it later when we do more extended talk about it. But who the fuck thought it'd be a good idea? Like, yeah, let's put a movie trailer in our game showcase.
Yeah.
Who the fuck thought that was a good idea?
That sets a really bad standard for future showcases.
I might be wrong, but I think PlayStation is the only idiotic group that does this shit. I could be wrong. I'm not sure if Xbox or Nintendo or any other company actually tries to pull the bullshit PlayStation does by putting in movie trailers. Well, yeah, as far I remember too, they put that fucking Uncharted trailer, I think, too, in, which that was fucking stupid. Like, oh my god.
I think the only time I can remember, the only thing I can remember outside of that Gran Turismo movie trailer, I don't remember the Uncharted trailer being there, but I could be wrong. But I remember Nintendo announcing the voice cast for the Mario movie during a direct.
Yeah.
That was the only other time I can remember that.
And that was like a hilarious spectacle at first. Yeah, like, everyone was laughing at the cat.
But every other time they've done something that hasn't been games, it's always been its own separate direct. Which it's it's not for me, but I can respect that they kept it outside.
At least, at the very least, Nintendo tells you ahead of fucking time, and it's not like PlayStation will be like, "Oh, here's a trailer, fuck you." Like, you're gonna watch it or you're gonna not. It's like fuck you, PlayStation.
Yeah. As for my overall impressions, and you both have said something I was gonna say, and so I won't repeat it too much. Is that I do think the showcase, showcase label is useless at this point. because I've long said that I think the showcase should be, if you're going to label it a showcase and not a state of play, I think a PlayStation showcase should come with the expectations that you are going to primarily focus on first and second party titles, with only a handful of the very best, most interesting third party games. Like, if they had, and there were some games in here in this showcase that I do think were worthy of a showcase, like the Phantom Blade Zero, I think was worthy. The Sword of the Sea, I thought was worthy. I guess Alan Wake 2, I guess, maybe. Assassin's Creed Mirage,
weird.
maybe.
Yeah, for me personally, what was it? For me personally, I thought Alan Wake 2, for some reason, I feel that should have been an Xbox, like shown on Xbox instead of PlayStation. But again, that's just me. That's just me personally.
I have a feeling that PlayStation is where Epic is going to show off their published stuff, because PlayStation has a lot of investment in Epic, and Epic and PlayStation have a very chummy relationship. Xbox and Epic have a good relationship too, but it's not the same compared to them and PlayStation.
Of course, I think you also were going to like repeat and say like there were also games that you were like, why were they in here?
We'll definitely get to those.
We'll get to that later. Yeah, we'll get to that later.
But my overall impression of this, and I've had a lot of time to figure out how I want to communicate my overall thoughts on this showcase, because the way I want to say what I gotta say is as if I were sitting in front of PlayStation themselves. Like, if people from PlayStation, like Jim Ryan or Herman Hulse or the marketers, sat me down and asked for my brutally honest feedback, this is what I would want to say to them. And I do agree that, if I'm being honest, if I look at this list of games, I would say that it is a good games showcase. If this was the lineup for something like a Jeff Keighley event, like the Game Awards or the Summer Games Fest that's going to happen in a couple weeks, or the Gamescom opening night live, I think I'd be okay with this. I'd be okay. This lineup is weirdly actually pretty close to how it was at the last Game Awards, where you had a lot of third-party stuff, but there was this weird emphasis on PlayStation exclusives. It was or not exclusives, but PlayStation IP. It's very strange. However, as the first PlayStation showcase in almost 2 years, it was extraordinarily weak. And this is, in my opinion, the worst. I'm going to go a step further. I think it's easily one of the all-time worst PlayStation presentations I've ever seen. I'm going to go a step further and say I think this is the worst presentation from one of the big three console manufacturers in a long time. I felt genuinely embarrassed to be a lifelong PlayStation fan as I was watching this showcase. I'm left totally dumbfounded that this was the best PlayStation could do after staying quiet for almost 2 years. And that is what stings all the more, is that they asked people to wait for 2 years, almost 2 years, and this is the best they could do. That's unreal. Yeah, that's unreal to me. And the last thing I want to say before we get into the games is, this showcase it's the embodiment of everything I dislike about how modern PlayStation presents themselves these days. It's pretentiously flashy with those stupid transitions that make no sense. I went back and I watched part of it. Within the span of maybe 6 minutes, there were 3 separate transitions where they showed the sacred symbols being flashed on the screen like it meant something. It meant nothing. I don't know why they do those. Please stop it. It's dumb. It makes you look dumb. It also reeks of that Sony arrogance where they think, oh yeah, our shit is so good. Let's have movie trailers and accessory presentations. Yeah, this is our good shit. You like my shit, huh? This is good. And it sucks. And it's totally alienating to the hardcore audience that is there for your games. You clowns. And it once again, this is the same problem that I had with the last damn showcase in 2021, is that their content curation is not good. It's completely unacceptable for these showcases. And I don't understand that who is responsible for selecting what goes into these showcases, because they should never ever be allowed to curate content for a showcase ever again after these last two. And what pisses me off too is that this is exactly what happened with the last showcase, except they moved the PlayStation exclusives around a little differently. Because the last time they had a showcase, they did four PlayStation Studios games. Well, all four of them were crammed in the last 10 minutes. And it's the same thing this time, where they had four PlayStation Studios games. They had two in the beginning and two at the end. And just like last time, only two had actual gameplay to show for themselves, and two were just CG trailers. It's the same thing that happened last time. It's unreal. I just... And 2021, I will say that 2021 showcase was better. That sucked, and that was better than this. Because it was shorter, and it had more interesting PlayStation exclusive announcements. Last time, we got Spider-Man 2 announced and Wolverine announced. What did we get this time? We got Fairgames. We got Concord, which was nothing. All it showed was just, look at this hamburger. Look at this gun. Look at this space. See you in 2024, you fuckers. And I'm like, what is this? This is totally unacceptable. And like Clay said, this is an Xbox move, where Xbox loves to announce their shit with CG trailers, and then we don't see them for years. And I felt like this whole thing was just taking a page out of Xbox's book. I don't know if this was some performative 4D chess move to make themselves look weak in front of regulators, to where they're holding back content. I don't understand why this is what you choose to do after almost 2 years. It boggles my mind. It really does.
Oh gosh, yeah, no.
So anyway,
and like also too,
rant
what was
over.
it? The one thing, the one thing that pissed me off, and Razor knows what I'm talking about. He can help me out. But the fucking gall Jimmy Boy said at the end of the showcase, and in your face was like, it was like a mix of rage, and then you put your hands in your face like, I can't believe he fucking said that. What was it? He was like,
he said today he said today we have demonstrated through this showcase that PlayStation has the best lineup or the best content or something, and I was
like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Dude, no, he's a no. He is a fucking piece of shit. I'm sorry.
he's a goddamn he's a robot.
He's a businessman. He's a businessman that's in charge of a video game company. He's actually very similar to a lot of them out there. It's just unfortunate that after all these years of businessmen who actually had something of a personality with PlayStation for a long time, that now we're strapped with one of the typical businesmen. It's very unfortunate.
I don't know. The minute I heard about him saying how he said a couple of years back, he said that they had a bunch of PS2 games on the sales floor and that nobody was touching them.
Oh, yeah. The infamous, the infamous "why would anyone play this" quote.
Yeah. And then he recently like explained like what he meant at that time, but honestly, not. It's kind of too late for that already.
Jim Ryan has a very unfortunate history of putting his foot in his mouth with a lot of his quotes. Let's start with our first game, which I'm going to introduce this one because I have a lot to say about this one. Fairgames. This was the first game that they led with. It is developed by Haven Studios, which is one of Sony's latest acquisitions. And it is going to be on both PS5 as a console exclusive and on PC with an unknown release date at this time. And it is it is a competitive heist PvP game. This is one of those cases where the more I looked at this trailer and the more I researched this game, the more I dislike it. And this was not at all what I expected from Haven, but I guess it should have been, because a lot of people from Ubisoft are working at Haven. And I know this comparison is very played out, but this has that garish, tacky Ubisoft stink all over it, where it's got the modern hipster people going after the big corporations. It's got the obnoxious hip hop music. They all look like they fell out of fucking Fortnite or Watch Dogs, and it's this looks like a boomer's idea of edgy, where it has that how do you do fellow kids energy, right down to that stupid $sign in the title. I hate that. I hate that that's there. I also despise this totally hypocritical, eat the rich punk attitude this game seems to be going for. It's so incredibly obnoxious. I hate it. And what makes it worse, if you go to the website that you scan the QR code at the end of the trailer, and I looked into it. If you go to that website that's maybe teasing some kind of closed alpha or beta, there's one part of the questionnaire that quite literally asks you, which billionaire needs a spanking?
The fuck? I don't care about this game.
Like,
I don't care.
Yes, please, $1 billion video game corporation, please preach to me about how billionaires are bad and that they need a spanking through your greedy as hell live service game. Yes, please preach to me about the rich class.
Yeah, you're literally
Please.
working under said $1 billion company that's exactly like the fucking people that you're making fun of in this fucking game.
Yeah.
It's fucking idiots.
It's obvious too that this was made by a bunch of former Ubisoft people, because it looks like the kind of boring, bland live service they would make.
It does look like a Ubisoft.
And the worst part, and I hope, and this is just me, I hope I'm right in the future, I hope Payday 3 kicks this game's fucking ass.
Mm-hmm.
It did look like a Payday game. It did look like Payday. I'm just
that's
like,
the thing. Yeah, originally I thought it was like some weird, stupid ass Payday spin-off. That I was like, oh god, why is Starbreeze working doing this? Just like, oh, thank God, it has nothing to do with this piece of shit. Like,
no, it'll fail. At least I hope. No, it has to fail. I hope.
I definitely think to me, it's like
this will be dead in a year.
It's like the Square Enix like live service game thing. It'll probably be dead, within 6 to 12 months. Because no one wants to play this. Like, most of the PlayStation fans are usually single player guys. They don't want to play this bullshit.
Well, that's also the thing too. Is when I look at this game, it just looks so uninspired and played out. And I really just don't understand. And I guess this kind of sets the tone for the rest of the showcase. Ironically, it does. Is I really don't understand what Sony saw in this to not only want to put their names on it, but to outright purchase Haven themselves. If I looked at this and I was PlayStation, I would go, yeah, second party, and we're not buying you guys for this. This looks like the kind of live service that would just be dead in the water in a year. And Jade Raymond, the head of the studio, calling this generic dreck, things like innovative and groundbreaking, is a fucking joke. That's a joke. This does not look innovative or groundbreaking.
It's like I could do exactly this exact same fucking scenario in Grand Theft Auto Online.
Yeah.
Reminder, that game came
much
out
better
10 fucking years ago.
Yeah. To be fair, we haven't seen gameplay yet, but I really don't. I really don't think this is going to be. I was going
to say, probably, like, quote unquote, the game probably blew their socks off behind closed doors, and that's why they did it. Either that or they're fucking desperate. I'm probably the latter. They just, we just need to throw shit at them.
Yeah.
Get everything. I don't know.
I want it to fail.
Like,
you have
I don't
no
fucking
idea.
play video games.
I want this. I want every live service shit that they're making to fail already. We talked about this, Adam, but
yeah,
I want everything. I want every piece of live service shit they're working on to fail.
If you had just taken PlayStation and Haven's name away from this trailer and put Ubisoft, I don't think anyone would bat an eye. I think everyone would just go,
and that's another thing that pissed me off too, because they probably knew that was the case, and that's why they got them. Or I don't know, Haven fucking begged PlayStation to buy them or something. But no, even then, even if you put all this bullshit in front of us, we're not fucking stupid.
I guarantee you when this comes out, it's going to it's going to hit every branch on the live service tree. It's going to have the battle pass. It's going to have the rotating item shop. It's going to have the accelerated tiers that you can pay for to skip tiers in the battle pass. It's going to have FOMO. It's going to have limited time event. It's going to run the gamut to try to milk people out of their money. But yeah, please preach to me about how bad billionaires are. Anyway, so we're doing the next game, which is thankfully looks much better. Helldivers II.
Yeah.
I've never played Helldivers,
which is
it's very fun.
Yeah,
it's very fun.
Once again, this is developed by Arrowhead Game Studios, published by Sony themselves, and like Fairgames, it is a PS5 console exclusive, also coming to PC, and it is a live service, but I have to admit that this is probably the only, or maybe one of the two live services that Sony has announced that I am actually curious to check out, and I'm actually looking forward to. I have some reservations about it because it is a live service under modern PlayStation, but at the very least, at least the gameplay looks fun, and I like the tone. It's silly without being try hard. That's what I liked about the tone of the trailer.
Basically, it's a teensy bit try hard, but like, of course, like you said, with the fun. If you guys ever played a Deep Rock Galactic, it's basically got that tone with it, you know. And one major thing, at least from what we see in the trailer, I'm not sure by release, but it is no longer a twin stick shooter. It is a third person shooter.
Yes.
But it's like, I feel like this, but if people like turn away from it, be like, oh, that sucks. Like, nah, I think the game is still going to be fun, you know?
I'm still not interested. You know me, Adam.
I know.
I don't think I'll be touching this game at all.
That's fair. The thing I appreciate about this game from the details that they provided so far is that Helldivers 1 is a pretty hard game from what I remember. It was very difficult to play, but because it was challenging and because I appreciate also that they're keeping friendly fire on at all times, even in the sequel. That's going to make gameplay a lot more challenging and chaotic. And in a way, that gives it its own unique flavor by making it where you have to really strategize and coordinate and be careful. You can't just go in guns blazing and calling down a bunch of airstrikes willy-nilly, because you're going to get your whole fucking team killed if you're not careful. And I like that they're keeping that, and they very easily could have gone and said, well, you know, we want to make this more, you know, casualized. We want to have more people play it. Let's turn off. Let's get rid of the friendly fire. No, they're sticking to their guns. They're making it uniquely Helldivers, and I respect that. And even with the change in camera angle and the gameplay, I respect that they're still keeping the spirit of the original Helldivers alive. The chaotic spirit is still in there, and I appreciate that.
Okay, I guess that's
I was gonna say, like, too, it's like, it looks great. Also, kudos to of course, the CGI animation team for that, because that was funny as hell.
That was I after Fairgames, I went, oh, thank God, something that's actually funny. Next game is Immortals of Aveum, which is...
Yeah, I like this one, yeah.
Which is actually coming out pretty soon, in July 20th.
Which was Immortals?
Immortals of Aveum. It's the one that is the magic version of Doom, it looks like.
Yeah, it's a magic first-person shooter where you basically have multiple spells and use that.
I'm not a big fan of FPS games that much, so
it's developed by this new. It's actually this. I think it's the studio's first game, developed by Ascendant Studios, published under EA's Originals program. This is one I don't really have much to say about it. I think it looks fine. I'm not gonna play it.
I'm not either.
Did you have anything you wanted to say about this, Clay?
I was gonna say, it's just like, it looks very interesting and I kind of like it. It's a bit I guess, slow for me, but that's just because I'm a FPS junkie. So, but I would still play it, give it a shot. The only thing I did comment, of course, I do hope not the gameplay. I think the gameplay is going to be good. It's the dialogue, story, and whatnot, and the characters talking in modern slang that's gonna like
Oh yeah, that's
be
right.
the hit or miss for me. And I'm like, please no, please.
No, yeah.
I don't want another Forspoken.
Yeah, I don't have anything to say about that one. That one, I'm just like, I don't care.
That's fair. Next game is Ghostrunner II, which is coming out this year on PS5, Xbox, and PC. Developed by One More Level, published by 505 Games. I didn't play a whole lot of the first one, but I did like what I played, and I'm probably more than likely not gonna buy Ghostrunner 2 when it comes out, but I'm really, all I have to say is that I'm sure this one will be good as well. That's really all I have to say about Ghostrunner 2.
It looks good, but I'm not that interested in it, to be honest.
It's hard. I remember the first one was pretty damn hard from what I played.
Yeah, even the first couple levels are pretty hard.
Yeah. It's fast. It's like it really trains you to focus on like lightning quick reflexes and everything, learn the levels and all that. And I respect that it seems to be that's the kind of vibe they're going with the sequel as well. It's kind of like they have to, but it's nice that they're not dumbing it down or anything like that.
Yeah.
All right, so this one is borderline my highlight, the big highlight of the show for me. And I say borderline
the first
for
big
some
highlight.
reason.
Yeah, the first big highlight I feel we got for this showcase.
I'd say so far at this point it was Helldivers 2 and this one that I really piqued my interest, which was Phantom Blade 0, which has no release date. I've heard mixed reporting on this, but for now I'm going to say that it is a timed PS5 console exclusive and it'll be on PC as well. Developed by this Chinese studio called S Game with an unknown publisher. Really cool looking Chinese action game. I have some things to say about it, but I'll let you guys. What do you?
Looking at this trailer, I'm looking at it right now. The slicing, being able to run up walls and shit. This looks fun, actually. Yeah, I don't know if I'll buy it. I don't know if I'll buy it at launch. It depends what other games are gonna be around at that time, but it definitely looks cool.
Mm-hmm.
So I am and kind of interested in it. We'll see.
Yeah, it's like I'm interested in it. I think like obviously like some questions in my head is like well, I gotta say like at least the animation department probably they busted their ass off with this game. Not to mention like pretty sure this may be a Souls-like. I'd be surprised if it wasn't.
That's the vibe I get. Yeah,
complaining. But yeah, like this is originally I thought this was some weird Neo game at first, but you know it's cool. It's fine. But man, I'll say it's impressive. I just hope that like super curious, of course, we probably are. To figure out how like the action controls are actually going to be in this game, you know, once we get more of an in-depth gameplay of it.
Yeah, the way the developer described it in his little write-up for it on the PlayStation blog is that apparently you can link chains of attacks together and you can activate it by just the press of a button or the flick of one of the analog sticks or something like that. That's how he's described it. This does look cool, and this is another example of PlayStation tapping into the Chinese market, similar to Lost Soul Aside or Convallaria or something like that. The issue I have with this is I have a tough time swallowing the idea that this was authentic footage. Because we get a lot of these Chinese games now that look way too good to be true. And it's the same thing with this, with Lost. Even though I played the demo for Lost Soul Aside years ago, and I did like what I played, I have a little trouble believing some of the things I've seen with that. There's one other one that people that did the rounds where this guy's running on bamboo and it looks really fluid, and I just looked at it and I thought that looks way too good to be true. The big one to me is that Black Myth Wukong game that everyone talks about. That to me, that's another one that I look at and I think that looks fake. That does not look realistic to me. I think that is what they're trying to go for. That high degree of fluidity and animation detail, but I don't believe what I'm seeing is real.
Mm-hmm.
And the thing too that gives me pause about this is that if you look at the developer and if you look up Phantom Blade, it's some 2D RPG that has never released outside of China, but it has a shitload of players over there. And this is the developer's attempt to really break out into the mainstream with Phantom Blade. And I guess this is the game that he's always wanted to make. So, kudos to him for getting into a big PlayStation showcase, but I am not convinced that what I was seeing was real. And I've seen people bring up that, there are frame rate hitches in the trailer that might add an air of authenticity to it. Keep in mind that original Cyberpunk 2077 demo that we got to see publicly, that had frame rate hitches in as well, and that you could very easily fake authenticity for something like this, because what we got in Cyberpunk looked nothing like that. Like, it did not look anywhere near as detailed as that original demo that we got of that exact level. So initially, I was gonna give this my big highlight of the show award, but I can't in good conscience do that because of my extreme skepticism about the authenticity of this footage. And I know the video game industry has trained me to think like this. It's trained me to be skeptical of things that I'm seeing. And if something screams too good to be true, it more than likely is. So that's my opinion on it.
No, yeah, I don't blame you for thinking that way.
But do we have anything? You guys want to say anything else about Phantom Blade Zero before this
No,
next game?
I said what I said about it.
This next game, I'm really fucking excited. Which is Sword of the Sea, which I think looks awesome.
It looks cool.
I still need to play Journey and Abzu.
Journey's
incredible.
Yeah,
it's good shit.
Yeah, this is by Giant Squid, who have a history with PlayStation. It's another PS5 timed exclusive. It'll be on PC as well. We don't know the publisher though. I wouldn't be surprised if it was Annapurna or one of those. But this was easily one of my favorite things that I saw there. I thought this looked incredible. I loved everything I saw in that trailer. This just looks like a blend of the visual styles of Journey and Abzu mixed with the focus on movement, like the Pathless. It's a game where you explore this beautiful desert environment and you surf on the sand on a sword. That's awesome.
Yeah, on a sword or a sword hilt, but either way, that's still really fucking cool.
Yeah. But Richard, you need to get on Journey. Abzu, I think you could probably skip, even though I think Abzu is good. Pathless is another one that I would recommend. The Pathless, which I think was pretty good. I thought it was pretty good.
We'll see. You know how big my backlog is.
Journey is short. Yeah. Journey is short too. It's only maybe 2 to 3 hours.
Okay,
but it's amazing. Amazing.
I still hate these fucking. Not you guys. I still hate these fucking transitions.
Oh God. But the first question that I had after the trailer was, is Austin Wintory involved? Who's a really prolific, really fantastic composer. And he did the music for Journey, which is one of the best video game soundtracks of all time, in my opinion. Did the music for Abzu, which was beautiful. Did the music for Pathless, which I really liked. And yes, it's confirmed that Austin Wintory will be doing the music for Sword of the Sea, and that makes me extremely happy. So I am next to the obvious game. This was probably the big highlight of the show for me.
If we move to the next game, it was, let me read it out. The Talos Principle II.
That one looks interesting only because it's a puzzle game for me.
Yeah, same.
Oh,
I was like, I was
really?
surprised. Yeah, I was shocked that this game was like, oh wow, because at least like Talos Principle was actually, I think, one of the first Steam games I actually played. So this feels like very interesting. They did a sequel to this.
I'm surprised you're interested in this, Richard.
Not entirely, but I mean, I don't think I'll buy it day one, but it looks
Yeah,
interesting. Or maybe I might not ever touch it, but it does look interesting. Like I said, but that's only because I mean, I've realized I'm very interested in puzzle games, especially after playing games like recently with Tears of the Kingdom and right now, and I played games like Pushmo as well. I've realized I really like playing these kinds of games, so I don't know. Maybe someday, if I get the chance, maybe I'll give this one a shot. Maybe.
Yeah, I've never played Talos Principle, so I don't have much to say about this. The only thing I'll say is just for consistency, it's coming out in 2023. It'll be available on PS5, Xbox, PC, developed by Crow Team, published by Devolver Digital. If you're interested in puzzle games, Richard, I have one recommendation for you. It's this game called Gorogoro. I'll link it to you when we're done with this, but I think you would really like it if you're into puzzle games recently.
No, yeah, totally.
So the next game is, I don't know if it's Neva or Neva. I don't know, but I'm gonna say Neva. So Neva, this is the next game from the Gris studio, Nomada Studio, and this is another one that's published by Devolver Digital, coming out 2024, and it will be available PS5, Xbox, PC, and Switch. And I mean, it looks pretty. It's a sad trailer. You know, if there's one way to get to my heart, it's animals.
I
know.
Because just the way Razor was reacting to it,
bro.
Yeah,
bro. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of this kind of art style for some odd reason.
Really?
For some odd reason, I'm just not. It looks pretty. Maybe if I had a picture of something, maybe it looked nice. But for some odd reason, I'm just not in a video game.
It's always got that Spirited Away or Princess Mononoke style, and I like that. I like that personally.
It's not quite like that, but it's definitely. I can definitely see this looking like one of Studio Ghibli's like more experimental titles, like the Princess Kaguya or like the My Neighbor's the Yamadas, like something like that. I can definitely see it, that art style, but it's, I don't know. I guess this is going to be more of an action adventure game compared to Gris, which I've never played Gris, but I've always wanted to because I've heard nothing but really good things about it. I don't know. Maybe I'll give it a shot in preparation for this, because this is one of the more interesting things that was shown off at the showcase for me personally, even though I've never played Gris.
Yeah, no, I wasn't really that interested.
I'm surprised that the art style doesn't really appeal to you.
I don't know. Just every time I see that art style in some indie games, especially, I'm just kind of like, not really.
Is it because it's like it is the hand-drawn animation thing wearing off on you or something?
No, I like hand-drawn. It's just I didn't like it in this style for some odd reason. It's weird. Like it's not that it's bad looking. It's just for some odd reason, like it doesn't
appeal to you.
Yeah, for some odd reason. I'm just.
It's like I feel you, because like sometimes it's like you get those kind of styles that you're like, it might look cool for some, but for me, it's like, it's either boring or I just don't like it. You know, it's not bad to not like it.
But since you brought up hand-drawn, yeah, I'll give them props at least for doing hand-drawn, because I do. We need more hand-drawn stuff.
Oh, totally.
And then this
one, I love this one. This was funny as hell.
This might be surprise to some people, but this next one was one of the highlights for me. And I've never played any of these games, but I just thought it looked really cute, which is the Cat Quest Pirates of the Purribean. This is
I love that name. Pun. That was fucking.
That's a great name. Yeah.
Not my thing.
Oh
let's see. I don't know. It looks all right, but I don't know if I can.
It's too, like I thought you said like it was like, oh, it's too kiddish for you or something.
No. Just because the game
is the guy that watches Muppets and loves Muppets all day.
Muppets was never intended for kids, though. That's the thing.
Oh, come on, Richard.
Oh, come on. Don't
on.
say
Yeah,
that.
hey, Jim Henson literally said the
Come on.
Muppets was never meant for only
No.
kids. It was meant for adults too. He literally said that. But anyways,
Well, it still includes children, so it still counts.
okay, yeah. But look, it looks all right, but I don't know if I can
Oh,
sit
yeah.
down and play this game entirely. I think there's like other stuff I'd rather play.
I've
Oh.
never played any of these Cat Quest games either, but this, I think it's probably just because of the Pirates theme that I'm curious to check it out.
Fun, just make it really funny.
Yeah. And then just for posterity, it's coming out 2024. It'll be on PS5, PS4, Xbox Series S and X, Xbox One, PC, and Switch. Developed by the Gentle Bros. What the fuck? Published
That's a nice
by
name.
Kepler Interactive. I think it looks fucking cute. I would definitely give this a try if I had nothing else to play around the time it comes out, or maybe in the
Yeah.
future. I don't know.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe. And then, okay, and then I'll here we go. So now we're getting into, at least for
God.
this game specifically, we're getting into the bullshit again. We got Foamstars.
Oh
and
my-
That game looks
Oh
interesting.
no! Oh no,
It looks
Richard!
interesting,
Oh,
buddy.
Richard,
no.
okay, both me and Razor are probably gonna say it at the same time. Richard, what the fuck are you talking
I
about?
still remember when we were watching the live stream. You guys were like,
It's literally a
the-
ripoff of Splatoon. What
No,
the
no,
fuck
no,
are you talking?
not- Hey, this looks like a 10 times better version of Splatoon. Actually,
all right, Richard.
No.
I want to hear your case with no interruptions about Foamstars. I want to hear this.
this looks like a better version of Splatoon.
Oh my god. Okay. I'll be quiet. I'll be quiet. You go ahead. What do you like about Foamstars?
It looks cool.
Is that it?
Anything else?
Yeah, it looks cool.
What
It's
about
foamy.
this looks cool?
It looks
I've heard a
foamy.
better
You
case
can
from a
ride on
defense attorney than that
surfboards.
shit.
You can ride on surfboards and shit. The gameplay looks cool. It looks like it has potential, but obviously
It'll
it is
be
a Square
dead
Enix.
in
It is a
6 to
Square
12
Enix
months.
game. Yeah, I know
What
it's
are
a
you
Square
talking
Enix
about?
game.
And it's a live service game. Double the push, double the cancellation.
But it looks cool. Like
It doesn't matter. It's still gonna fucking fail.
no, but I find it funny because when we were watching the live stream, you guys were like, Richard's been always saying that every game has been man. The first game he's
Yes!
interested in is
The word,
a
you
live
kept-
service.
That was
kept-
shocking
you
because like we looked at
bitchin'-
Phantom
bitchin'.
Blade Zero, and despite my reservations about how authentic that looks, at least that looks cool. That footage that we saw, and
I
you
was
were
about
just
to
kind of
say.
like, eh. And then you get to Foamstars, and you're like, oh yeah, Foamstars, baby. What the
And
fuck?
so it's
What-
like, yeah,
Okay,
it's like,
okay,
okay,
look, maybe-
Splatoon ripoff from Square Enix that's probably gonna die 6 to 12 months. Yeah, okay, Richard, that's the game you're gonna die on the hill on.
Unfortunately, I'm aware it's going to, so I'm not gonna be buying it. Obviously,
I think
What?
at least
Okay,
like
yeah, you say that shit, so why are you even gonna say it in the first? Like, oh, that's cool. You're
Well,
not even gonna fucking play it.
to be fair, there are some games here that I've said look cool that I'm like, I just don't think I'm gonna buy it. But this to me, and just this is for posterity again, it's doesn't have a release date. It's a good lord, it's a PS5, PS4 timed exclusive, not even on PC announced yet. So PlayStation looked at this and was like, I see Nintendo got their Splatoon. I want some Splatoon 2. So it's developed and published by Square Enix. We could have gotten Final Fantasy VII Rebirth or Kingdom Hearts 4, but nope. Square Enix, like Sony, baby. Do we have the game for you for your first showcase in almost 2 years? Foamstars. What the fuck? What the
It's
fuck?
like, look,
What
hear
is
us out.
this? What? Come on.
Yeah, they're like, hear us out. We know there was already a star-centric game that got canceled. Sorry, that fucked up in 6 to 12 months.
Yeah.
But hear us out. More stars.
You didn't have the
Splatoon
right
ripoff.
stars. And we have
Look,
Foamstars.
look.
Rub a
I'll-
dub in the tub, Sony.
I'm gonna keep an eye on this one. I mean, I'm not gonna buy it at once.
You're not gonna
but I
play
know-
it though. You're not gonna play it.
I know
though.
I'm not probably, but I'm gonna keep an eye on it. We'll see what
Oh
happens.
my god. This is one of the big misses of the show. I think
That was my
this was
bad.
the one that everybody agreed that it was like, no. Come on. Everyone except Richard.
Richard's like the only person on the planet Earth that actually liked this.
Yeah, you're that one guy in the back that went, woo, yeah, and everyone else was just
like
dead
guy,
quiet.
But it looks cool and flashy and
This-
foamy and
This looks like
pretty and
every
colory.
negative live service Fortnite chasing trend. Like this looks like the most negative
It's
live service
literally-
stereotype
it's
possible.
Yeah, it is literally PlayStation's next attempt at another Stars
But Square
game.
Enix next attempt at doing this again after how many failures? How many failures of live services have they had at this point?
Let's see.
literally
And this
just
is
have,
another one that they're going for? Are you
Let's see.
what the fuck? Are you kidding
like,
me,
yeah,
Square
like
Enix?
that-
We've had Avengers. What else do we have?
Babylon's Fall.
which was February, which is like, hold on, give me a second.
What else did
It
they
was
have
like
after that?
4 months ago. It got
Yeah.
canned, and they put out this shit.
Square Enix
Well-
are like a glutton for punishment at this point. It's not only a desperate live service, it's a shameless ripoff of Splatoon. Except they
but
just
I will-
pulled a bunch of Fortnite people Fortnite looking ass characters.
Yeah.
I will admit, I'd rather have them just stick to making JRPGs, like what they're always.
Yes.
good at.
I don't mind as long as it's good. I don't care if they just stick to one genre.
If
But
Square Enix
fuck,
never
man.
made any more games outside of established IPs like Final Fantasy and Dragon Quest and Kingdom Hearts and
I think they might actually be doing something with Dragon Quest, but don't quote me on that.
no, they're
Ro-
doing Dragon Quest 12, which I assume will be pretty good.
yeah,
But I mean, obviously they're doing Kingdom Hearts 4, and they're obviously doing Final Fantasy 7 Rebirth. They're doing Final Fantasy 16, which we'll talk about in a bit. But it's honestly, when I see things like this, I just go, you know what? Never mind. Don't do any new IPs, Square Enix.
Yeah,
Never
you
mind.
suck at it.
Forget what I said. Don't
Just
do
stick
this.
to your old roots. Don't plant any new ones.
Forspoken? No, the dude's not. It's not even their live services. Dude, they're fucking new single player IPs. It's like, what are you doing? Like with
It's like-
Forspoken? Are you fucking kidding me, Square
It's
Enix?
based on what we
What,
just
what was that
discussed. like-
Telltale's style game that you were? Oh, a life.
Which one?
A life. What's the game called?
I think
The-
Foamstars broke your brain. Or
No, the Telltale game that you praised so much. At least the first one.
Oh, that one, the time one with the girl and that
What?
stupid bitch Chloe.
What? Oh, not Telt. Fucking Life is Strange. Is that the one?
There we
Yeah.
go.
thinking
That's
of?
the one I was
Well,
trying to get to.
he said Telltale style.
Oh,
game,
Telltale
not-
Style. Okay, I didn't hear. I didn't hear
Yeah.
the style part of that.
Uh,
But it okay. To be fair, I don't like the writing in Life is Strange. I like the ambiance of it. The ambiance of those games, like the fall, like cozy, melancholic atmosphere, that fucking carries that first game for me. Look, I have a love-hate relationship with Square Enix, but I'm always rooting for them. So I look like a fucking idiot when they reveal things like Foamstars.
But you won't play Octopath Traveler.
I don't like the structure of
Or-
Octopath Traveler.
or
I
Revenant
love the gameplay. I love the art direction. I love the music. I absolutely hate how it's structured.
or Live Alive.
Is it-
That
like,
one I
yeah,
will more
because-
than likely play eventually.
yeah, because I could be
There-
wrong.
there-
Octopath Traveler, you're basically playing like the same, not the same character, mind you, but you have to go for the same beat path over and over again, just with a different main character, you know?
And they don't do a good job of melding the story of all the characters together in a way that makes the journey worth it. From what I played of the first one, and I've heard the same thing about the second one. So that's a no for me.
Okay,
Stick to
like,
what you know, Square Enix. Stick to Final Fantasy, stick to
Yeah.
Kingdom Hearts, stick to Dragon Quest.
I'll like
Don't
move
do
us
this.
along. Don't
But
worry,
not
guys.
Bravely Default. either.
I'll move us along. Like,
Oh,
so,
but then
so
again, you
next
never played
game,
Bravely Default. Okay,
yeah,
Next game
Yeah,
looks
let's go on.
great.
Oh
this
yes,
yeah,
this was a big highlight for me.
Oh
This
yeah,
was a big
definitely.
highlight for me.
I was like, oh my god, Richard, you gotta see this game. You're gonna fucking love it. And it's I think it's published by Devolver Digital.
Mhm.
It's the Plucky Squire.
It looks
It-
great.
It's
Because, like,
literally
and I think-
linked
yeah,
between
and-
worlds.
I was almost like Razor and Richard acted like my mom and dad. Be like, oh my god, you gotta see this. You gotta see this. Like, especially with Richard, like, oh, you'll love this. And it's like, oh, Razor, you're gonna see this. Like, oh, so it's 2D, right? It's like, no, it's fucking 3D. It could go 3D shit.
Yeah,
too,
I was
like,
very impressed by
it's a
the
link.
transitions from 2D to 3D.
It's a link between worlds.
Yes, that's the very
it's
very apt
exactly what the
comparison.
game feels
And-
like, and this
And
looks really
I
fucking
believe
cool.
the composer for this game is one of the original composers for Pokemon as well.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, let me.
So that's gonna even add even more good shit for this game.
Yeah, because this is one of those that if the showcase was if they curated these showcases more properly, this is one of the ones that I would pick out that I still think is worthy of being shown off in a showcase because it's really unique and it makes sense because it's from Devolver Digital and Devolver Digital and PlayStation have a really good history together.
Yeah, Devolver Digital is known to like really amongst the gaming crowd. They find some really creative developers.
Yeah, they
who
do.
make some really creative games. You know, so I'm like, fuck yeah.
Yeah, this
Oh,
this
wait,
looks
okay.
cool as fuck.
Okay. Maybe I might have misheard it, but it says the Plucky Squire is being developed by indie game studio All Possible Futures, which
Yes.
was founded by James Turner and Jonathan Biddle. Before co-founding All Possible Futures, Turner was a designer for Pokemon and directed the art. For the
Okay,
game
that's
Pokemon
interesting.
Sword
That's
and
interesting.
Shield.
Okay, so that's the Pokemon connection.
Yes.
But it's
that
but
is.
It's funny that
it has that
John
Nintendo
uses
spirit to it, which I like.
Yeah, it's like funny that John uses a pen sword. That's kind
Yeah,
of cool.
so that's one I'm definitely interested in.
I think
Yeah,
it looks
same.
great. I'm really looking forward to this one.
Yeah,
It's
that one
not-
I'm for sure sold on. I'm sold on that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm happy. Again, I just feel happy that I showed you guys this. You had no idea what it was. I knew it ahead of time, and I was like, these guys are gonna fucking love this game.
Yeah.
I guarantee it.
This was a big surprise, like this one. Unfortunately,
Probably
this
be on PC. Yeah, it'll
Yeah.
probably be on PC too. I mean,
It will.
digital. Yeah.
yeah, it's on PS5, Xbox, PC, and Switch. And then this is unfortunately, I don't know about you guys, but this is unfortunately where the showcase started to take a turn.
Oh yeah.
When
Yeah.
I think this is when I started to realize, like,
I was like,
oh
shit.
no.
We've hit the shit pile now.
Yeah, I don't know about the shit pile, but it's just I realized that the curation still was not improved compared to what I think a showcase should be. Because we get Teardown, which is already available on PC, but this is the console announcement, and it's
Yeah, the PS5 announcement. Mhm.
yeah,
Boom Blocks.
it's developed by Tuxedo Labs, published by Saber Interactive. It looks fine. I was just confused, like, why is this here?
I feel like it's not a bad game either. Even I gotta admit, and I'm gonna be honest, I feel this probably, I don't know, I just feel like it's not a PS5 game, you know what I mean?
No.
It just doesn't really have that pizzazz.
I mean,
that would
I
be
just
like,
feel like
go buy a PS5, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
I mean, when I saw the trailer, I was just like, this is probably a game. If I were to play it, I know I'd get over it like immediately because
That's the thing
Yeah,
too.
that's what
And
I feel.
and no disrespect to Teardown, it's just like, yeah, you'd probably play it every once in a while, and that's it, because like you know how the gimmick works. You collect the little boxes and then you tear shit. That's all you do.
Yeah, it's just a lot of the games from this point on. Some of them don't look bad. Like, some of them look great. I'm just confused. Like, why is this here again?
And that's the thing. Yeah, that's the thing that like kind of pisses me off too, especially once again with this showcase, is that I almost feel like, and maybe PlayStation doesn't mean to do it, but it's almost like they're smearing some of these games and make them look bad or boring, and that's not the intention.
I don't know about that, but it's.
I know. It's just like, to me, when I see this, I kind of get bored at the games, and I'm like, no, I don't want to get bored of them because these are actually good games. But I don't know. It just feels like they could have replaced this with, I don't know,
something
a fucking
else.
first party game.
Yeah.
This
is my not theory, but my issue with the showcases when you don't curate them properly is that you'll get some good, like, as isolated games, they look good, but if you put them in a showcase, especially if it's not paced well, it's going to have an unintentional effect of having people be sour on it because it's present here.
Exactly.
It's how I felt about Chia when I saw that for the first time at the last showcase. And I thought, what the fuck is this? Why is this here? And then years later, like I played it and I liked it, and I actually went as far as to platinum it on PS5. And again, it's a good game, but my impression of it was so negative at the time because it was at the tail end of this disappointing showcase. And this is the problem with these games, that like they look good isolated, it's just not clumped together and in this like very badly paced showcase. Yeah. It does these games a disservice. And it's similar with like some of the other games we'll talk about later, but the main example too is that I think this next game, the Metal Gear Solid 3 remake, is I think it's Delta actually.
It's Delta.
Yeah, Metal Gear Solid Delta Snake Eater, which is, I'm astonished that this is not a PS5 console exclusive. I'm really surprised that Sony did not. I think maybe I have a theory as to why this is not a timed exclusive for PlayStation, but it's developed by Konami, and this is another reason I'm skeptical about it, is Virtuos, which is a port studio, which this is the thing that bothers me about Konami's resurgence, is that they're doing the same thing that they did towards like the tail end of when they were last in the console game, is that Konami is going on the cheap route by having these like third tier studios working on these classic IPs, because they do not want to put in the big risk, the big effort to give them to the very best studios. And it's this studio, Virtuos, who is working on it with Konami, has done nothing but hit or miss port work. This is the same thing like Aspire being given the Knights of the Old Republic remake. And we know how that fucking turned out.
And didn't they give the developers of Dead Cells to work with
Castlevania in Dead Cells? Yeah.
Yes. So
I think that was maybe a tryout for them being given their own Castlevania game to work on, which I think that could be really cool, because Dead Cells, I've heard, is really good. I think that could be cool. Yeah. It's just Bloober Team working on Silent Hill 2. These no-name studios being given these Silent Hill games. Yeah.
Remember when we all thought
with Snake Eater? It's like, come on.
Remember when we all thought Bloober Team was actually going to at first make this remake too, and then we were like, oh god. Like, oh shit. But that was just a rumor, and then
it was real.
Which but at least we're finally getting Metal Gear 1, 2, and 3.
Yes. This is the more exciting announcement for me.
That one, it's funny. I just joked right after. I was like, oh, they're going to put this on like PS5, whatever. Or no, you guys were saying, oh, I wish we got Metal Gear 1, 2, and 3 on the PS5 or like on current gen consoles or PC. And lo and behold, you're getting that on fall 2023.
No, we were talking because it's like, because for a long ass time, all these games were stuck on previous gen hardware.
The first one is stuck on the classics version of the PS3, but the best way to play it is still on PS1. And then you have at least like 2, 3, and Peace Walker. They have the benefit of that really great Bluepoint remaster bundle that they did. And then it's just been stuck there. And unless you have an Xbox where you can do the backwards compatibility, it's like you're screwed, because it's not even available on PC. But according to information from Konami, the games that are going to be included in the collection are going to be the HD versions from Bluepoint, at least like 2 and 3, which I think is great, because I was worried that it was going to be the original versions of 2 and 3, that Konami was going to like cheap out in that way, but it's not the case. And they're putting in the original Metal Gear Solid, which is great. And not only that, they're putting in Metal Gear 1 and Metal Gear 2 in there, which is Solid Snake, which is awesome. And it says Volume 1. So this gives me some hope that Volume 2 will have Metal Gear Solid 4 in it.
Oh, yeah. I hope it gets into
that would make sense, because, Metal Gear 4 has been stuck on PS3.
Yeah, and it runs like shit on the PS3. My theory as to why this is not a PlayStation timed exclusive, because I don't think they want to rock the boat with Kojima. Because some people were very surprised that it... Some people are very surprised that this is not a PS5 timed exclusive, but I think it's because they don't want to piss off Kojima.
I heard that supposedly Kojima and Konami are now on good terms now, supposedly. From what I heard, because apparently like Kojima's following Konami on like social media now.
Well,
I mean,
that could
honestly,
just
it could just mean that he's just following because that's his previous workplace.
yeah. I think so. And he's been pretty positive about Kojima post the whole he's been very positive about Konami post the whole thing. He said that he owes Konami everything. And I'm like, that's a very that's a very nice
like,
gentlemanly way to
it's like I think some of it, but not all of it. Especially again, reminder that they fucking screwed you over to the point you were so fucking tired. Like, especially I don't even want to see the pictures of him like when he was developing Metal Gear 5 because he looked exhausted.
Yeah, he looked sad.
Shit.
Yeah.
That's how he grew the beard. Yeah, that's how he grew the beard.
I mean,
because of that shit.
To be
I like
fair,
the beard.
he's been wanting to move on from Metal Gear, which
it's very obvious considering like Death Stranding is so fucking weird and has all these new weird ideas and everything.
And because he was making Metal Gear for almost his entire career, so I don't blame him for wanting to.
He's wanted to move on from Metal Gear for a long time, and I'm glad that he's away from it just so he can do new things.
After those announcements, what was next?
Next is Towers of Aghasba, which
this
is
Dreamlight Games. Yeah.
Yes, Dreamlight Games, unknown publisher, coming in 2024.
It's Dreams and Breath of the Wild combined.
Yeah.
It's kind of honestly, it's kind of a cool thing. I know it sounds like typical survival crafting stuff, but the idea that it's more of a story where you're actually healing the entire map world that you're in. I don't know. It just sounds really cool concept to me.
It sounds an interesting concept, but for some odd reason, I don't know. It's the thing with me is that like I've talked with Adam before. Like the older I get, the more I'd rather play smaller games instead of.
I feel you. Like maybe it's a little too big and all that.
It's not just that. It's just that like as we get older, like we get like so occupied with
or just tired in general, lose a lack of focus with some of these games.
Yeah, and if you play like big ass open games, like sometimes I feel like I'm not gonna be able to like finish it. And I'd rather just play smaller games now. Yeah. I mean, from time to time I'll play big open world games, but not always for the most part.
Yeah, and also like if I say ahead of time, speaking of like just to say it, we're probably going to skip the next game because all of us tried to like move away, dodge bullets like fucking Neo from the Matrix.
I looked away the entire time.
I looked away.
Yeah, I was looking at my phone. I forgot to take my fucking headphones off, so I heard the audio, but I probably me, I fucking forgot already.
I totally just averted my eyes to this because Square Enix is starting to reach this point again, the usual point in their marketing where they're showing way too much. And what annoys me too about this being here, and I knew this was gonna fucking be here, but it still annoys me that we got a dedicated state of play for this. And they still felt the need to be like, here's Final Fantasy 16. Don't forget, it comes out next month, only on PlayStation 5, bitch. Please. It's not Foamstars, but please.
Boy, we're gonna spoil the shit out of it because fuck you.
They're gonna spoil the ending, just like they did with Kingdom Hearts 3, just like they did with Remake. It's
Dream Drop Distance.
Yeah. So the next game is Alan Wake 2, which I was very surprised that October release date was actually true, because it's coming out October 17th on PS5, Xbox Series S and X, PC. Developed by Remedy, of course, published by Epic, so that means it will not be on Steam.
Yeah, so and this might affect PC sales.
Maybe.
Unfortunately,
yeah. It's also digital only, which I was very surprised by that.
I was like, are you okay? Are you gonna are you trying already to screw this game? What if people actually do want, it physically?
Yeah, fuck the people that don't have internet.
I'm always a advocate for look, if you want to buy it physically, hey, all power to you. If you do want to buy it digitally, that's fine, but there should be options. Don't force people to buy it digitally.
Yeah, and the thing too is just this sets a very bad precedent for upcoming AAA games.
Meh. I don't care about Alan Wake 2.
I'll be honest, I've played the original Alan Wake and I don't understand the hype around it. Like I think it's
because-
fine. It's just, and this looks interesting, but it's not something I'll check out day one.
Oh yeah, I would say like this is that everything about it is great. The gameplay is just very like cookie cutter, cut and
It's very
paste
awkward.
boring.
It's very
Yeah.
awkward in the original one, but what gives me
Especially
hope is
too-
that this will be a survival horror game focused more
Yeah,
on
especially
combat.
too, the major thing about it is that I understand they tried to make Alan, he's just a writer, but geez, man, the way that they design combat in this game is so fucking awkward.
Where you flash the flashlight at the enemies to expose.
Yeah, it's like you
it's
flat
weird.
it's either like it's either boring because you know exactly how to defeat them, and then it gets like you're kind of like meh as you kill
basically.
especially Waking Nightmare. They somehow made it even easier. They made it more like an action game, and I'm like, why? Now you made the game even more boring.
Yeah.
And then
So Remedy has always been a really frustrating developer for me, and I get that a lot of people love them, but beyond Max Payne, I've never been able to get into their stuff.
Oh yeah,
I'll
and
just be
kudos,
honest.
I'll say it though, kudos though for not only did they get the original Max Payne actor back, but they got the one of the developers,
Sam Lake.
something.
Yeah, Sam
to
Lake.
be like his the Max Payne 1 model, I'll say. So that's like two of my favorite guys back together again, to do this shit, and I'm happy for it,
Yeah. I don't know if we have more. Do we have more to say about Alan Wake 2 beyond?
Hey, all I can say is it looks at least in Alan's segments, it looks fucking terrifying, especially the city segments, where he's in like New York City and it looks dark as shit from the angles, and you can't see shit right in front of him.
Mm-hmm.
But the only thing that worries me, of course, is everything else going to be good, but is the gameplay going to suffer as usual and be kind of boring or kind of more cookie cutter stuff that we expect from Remedy?
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
And speaking of the next game,
oh my god. Okay.
Hey, you want like a pseudo Assassin's Creed 1 remake? Here you go.
I don't care. Can we move on from this one? I really don't want to talk about this.
I don't.
Basically,
I'll say for posterity.
Yeah, sorry, you go.
For posterity, it's Assassin's Creed Mirage. It's coming out October 12th. It's PS5, PS4, Xbox Series S and X, Xbox One, PC. Developed primarily by Ubisoft Bordeaux, published by Ubisoft. It's Ubisoft. I don't give a fuck. I don't care.
All I could say is I'll say this, and we'll be done with it. It's too little, too late that they're trying to go back to the original Assassin's Creed roots, which even originally wasn't that much of a stealth game. You could really just massacre fucking everybody.
Yeah.
But again, if this was, it's whatever. Look, they tried, but I feel like this is not going to do it. Not to mention, I could be wrong. I don't think this will be on Steam. But
I've heard rumors that it's not going to be on Steam. Yeah,
which is ridiculous.
That's Ubisoft for you.
It is what it is. Yeah, and probably it is what And like what you said. Oh, it looks flashy. I said actually the combat and everything look flashy and fun, but could be a Phantom Zero situation where it looks fake as shit, or just
I don't trust that it's going to be as smooth as that because it's Ubisoft.
Yeah.
And Ubisoft release games.
And I've always said that excluding free, the combat was always shit for me. So. And kind of easy, but anyways, that'll be enough of Assassin's Creed.
Combat has never been Assassin's Creed's strong suit. The strong suit has always been the city, the world building, the city, the environments, the feeling of like stalking your prey and that kind of stuff.
Kind of sort of parkour. Sometimes parkour is good in some games. Some of it's really shit.
Yeah.
If you know what I mean.
Yeah. And then the next game after this, which I don't have much to say about this either, it's called Revenant Hill. It's PS5, PS4 timed exclusive, and it'll be on
Glory
PC.
Society.
Yeah, developed by the Glory Society, published by Fungi. This is some kind of like Night in the Woods looking thing, because the art style is like immediately recognizable.
To be clear, it's not made by, it's not a sequel. It's a totally different game. It's about some
different IP.
I guess
No,
it's
I
basically a
don't.
Blair Witch Project, but like if everyone was actually working together instead of trying to kill each other. I
Nah.
guess skeletons.
This trailer did not really do a good job in hindsight of explaining to people what the game actually is. Because I think
Um,
most people watch this trailer and just kind of shrug their shoulders and were like, okay.
Yay, more transitions.
And if you read what the game actually is, which is some kind of action adventure with farming elements where you're a cat, I think that could be interesting. It's just the trailer did just such a poor job.
It would have been nice if
showing
we
what
saw
it
some,
is.
I don't know, gameplay.
That's the running theme with some of these games. It's like where's the gameplay? where is it? I don't see it. Granblue Fantasy Relink, PS5, PS4 timed exclusive coming to PC.
It looks fine. It looks fine. I'm just
cool,
not a huge fan of these type of games.
Yeah,
not that I don't hate them. I just I wish I get in them, but I'm not really, unfortunately.
Yeah, I think these like next few games we're gonna just like breeze through really quick. Street Fighter 6. Why is this here? I understand that Capcom and PlayStation
it's
have
like
reached
Capcom wants to rub it in my fucking face. My PC can't run this game. It's like, oh, it's a shame.
Yeah, I'm just tired of seeing Street Fighter 6 at these presentations.
Yeah, it's a Final Fantasy 16 situation.
It totally is.
I really like. I do like it, and I'll support it. But the more you give this to me at its current stage, the more I'm like, ugh, enough already.
Yeah,
I get it.
And I'm excited to try this out because I think it looks really cool. I really enjoyed the demo they released for it. I'm like, because why is this here? Why is the first party game not here?
I know me and Razor like went off a bit like years back with Street Fighter V and its lack of content, and then Capcom listened. Thankfully, it's like, yeah, we're giving you a shit ton of. Honestly, just real quick with Street Fighter 6, I feel almost the game is 2 games in 1 because you can play with a Street Fighter and you can play with your own character, so it's kind of cool.
Oh, those creepy looking avatars? Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of cool too because again, you could either do like, you could do Ryu versus Luke, for example, or you could fight other creator characters with your creator character.
Yeah.
And surprisingly, it's balanced. That's at least what Capcom says. Like, it's balanced, so don't worry. It's not like, allegedly. Because people complain about that. This game, let's see what this game is.
Ultros.
Ultros. Again, to be clear, it doesn't look like a bad game. It looks like a cool rogue style.
It's a 2D Metroidvania, so that's a no for me.
It looks cool, but I'm not a big fan of the art style that much.
Oh, see, I like the art style. It's just the gameplay is not going to be for me. I know that.
That's fine.
Next game.
Dragon's Dogma.
No. Well, we had one, and I'm not surprised you forgot about this. The next one is the winner of the most generic name ever in a video game, Tower of Fantasy, which is some kind of Tencent published fucking live service.
Tencent services.
And then
John Layden works for Tencent now, by the way.
That's right, he does. What a fucking hypocrite. So Sony makes a lot of money from Genshin Impact. I get that, but I'm so tired of seeing these very similar looking games on their platform. This was about as generic as it gets. This is the name, the look, the style. It's just, again, why is this here? Why is this here? Somebody, please, at PlayStation, tell me why is Tower of Fantasy here? Besides, you want to make a lot of fucking money from it on the back end. That's the only reason that it's here. And no. Thank God the next one, Dragon's Dogma 2, was like, fuck, thank God, something that's actually interesting.
Meh.
Which is developed and published by Capcom. It's good to see footage of this. Even though I must admit, the trailer, the game itself looks cool. That trailer I wasn't really all that impressed with. It was edited very strangely. It just doesn't really have a lot of pizzazz to it. So it just didn't really land for me as far as the trailer, but I'm sure the game will be very good.
Especially the first game was very, very fun, and there's so much like customization you could do in regards to your classes and whatnot.
Yeah.
Next one is this. I think. Five Nights at Freddy's Help Wanted 2. My brother was excited about this one because he's a Five Nights at Freddy's fan. The one thing that again ticks me off, at least like I would have liked this. But again, if they showed gameplay, I'm tired of the fucking trailers.
This one pissed me off because
Generic.
I am so if I see there are like there are 3 certainties in life: death, taxes, and every fucking PlayStation event must have a fucking Five Nights at Freddy's game.
Yeah.
I am so tired of seeing these. I am so tired of it.
Imagine the loss
Go
of shit.
away.
They put the teaser for the movie in here.
Oh god. I am so tired of seeing. I understand it has a big fan base. I understand that people like it. I am tired of seeing Five Nights at Freddy's at this. I love Final Fantasy, and I am tired of seeing Final Fantasy 16 at these events. Give me this for Five Nights at Freddy's, okay? Understand where I'm coming from. Just go away. Go the fuck away.
Yeah, I don't have much to say.
Yeah, and then now we're going to.
Well, we started with the
like,
VR, the very underwhelming PSVR section of the showcase.
Yeah, here we go.
Resident Evil 4 VR.
Yeah,
that one was
fine.
I think though. Yeah, to be fair, it's like that's cool, but we knew this was coming, so
yeah, it's fine.
I'm too scared to play this. I won't be playing that. And
then
then
you still play it normally though, not without VR though, right? Like, come on.
He won't do it without. He won't do. He won't touch Resident Evil.
And then there's from Vertigo Games. What's the game called?
Arizona Sunshine 2.
I was surprised. I was honestly surprised they made a sequel. Not that the original was bad, because I think, as my bro said it best, like this was actually one of the more iconic, I think, PlayStation VR titles, and it makes sense after a while they make a sequel to it. Yeah, like apparently, but it's not. If I said real quick about this game, it's not bad. It's definitely, it's not the best. Something like maybe not kill the mood, would kill some time if you're really, really bored. But definitely not the I'd get a VR device. It's like, nah, I really would not get a VR 2.
No.
Just to get Arizona Sunset 2.
I thought this whole PSVR 2 section was just so underwhelming. Yeah, there wasn't a single first or second party PSVR 2 game. And I know they have a second party PSVR 2 game in development with Firewall Ultra, and that wasn't here, which is shocking. So I just, and again, it's like Crossfire Sierra Squad. Who gives a shit? Like, Crossfire was just on Xbox, and it was like one of the worst rated games on there. So I have no faith in this. Synapse, which it's like, why is this here? Where are the big PlayStation games for PSVR 2? Didn't you just like release this damn thing and you're not even giving it like a great roadmap? Like, what are you doing? What the fuck are you guys doing with PSVR 2?
Yeah, especially Synapse kind of pissed me off, because I was like, bro, we already know about this game.
We saw this at the State of Play earlier
so
this year. This is the thing too that pisses me off about this showcase. It's like, I really figured that last showcase,
fucking Beat Saber. What the fuck?
I thought that last last State of Play, where they showed off those PSVR 2 games, I was like, okay, they're getting the C tier PSVR 2 games out of the way. We're gonna get the good stuff at this showcase, and then they just go back to the fucking like C tier stuff for some of it, and I'm like, are you kidding me, guys? Really? This is the best you can do with PSVR 2? Where's Half-Life Alyx? Where is that? Why haven't you gotten that on there? I know that's Steam, but like, I know it's Valve. VR. Or Last of Us VR, or fucking Astrobot. Dude, I would have bet money on Astrobot being here. Where is Astrobot? Where is that?
Bloodborne and VR.
That would be cool. But Beat Saber, it's like, I understand Beat Saber is very popular. It's extremely popular. I love Queen. I like Beat Saber. I get why it's here, but when your other bits of PSVR info are this fucking dire, Beat Saber being here feels completely underwhelming. It's like, of course it's fucking here. It's fucking Beat Saber.
It feels kind of forced, like, oh god, we gotta get another game in there.
It feels like a contractual obligation. It's like, okay. But
yeah.
This next one, I understand. It's not for me. But I completely understand why it's here, and I understand that it's a big deal for a lot of people, and I respect that. So I'll give this one a pass, which is Marathon, which is the next big IP from, or not the next big IP, but the next big game from Bungie, which is going to be on PS5, Xbox Series X, and S, PC, cross-play and cross-save. It's a PvP extraction shooter. Definitely not for me, but again, I understand why it's here, and I understand why it's a big deal for a lot of people. So, and that trailer is really cool with the art style and the music. That trailer is really cool.
It's still, there's like a lot of compelling themes, almost like you got a teensy bit of cyberpunk, a little bit of sci-fi in there, of course, and the other stuff. And then, of course, Bungie had to keep going, and then they did their Destiny 2 DLC, which I was like,
why is this here again?
And to me, it's like, and I could be wrong, this might be their final DLC for Destiny 2.
I doubt it.
I doubt it, yeah, but I was gonna say, I seriously fucking doubt it.
And it's like, Cade 6 is back? Like, yay? I doubt he's alive. I think this is some kind of ghost vision of him in this, but I guess it's nice to see Nathan Fillion back as Cade 6.
I like Nathan Fillion, but man, they really need to like let him go, man. He's literally holding. I was gonna say, yeah, I feel Nathan's character literally holds the fucking franchise in character wise. Like
it hits on one of my pet peeves where I just go, okay, like they kill off a big character, they have the guts to do that, but then they're like, oh, we'll bring him back for a little bit
because he's literally the only character you guys give a shit about, and he makes us money. So
yeah, I guess so. Richard, do you have anything to say about either Marathon or Destiny 2 before we move on?
Nope. As far as Marathon goes, actually, no, there isn't really.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like here we go.
And I never got into Destiny.
I love Destiny as a shooter, as a shooter, like with great gunplay. I think it plays amazing, but as of live service, I absolutely I can't do it.
Nah.
And then speaking of live services,
my brother loves Destiny.
Yeah, I know he does. Speaking of live services, we get to the third PlayStation game they showed off from them, which is Concord, which is coming 2024.
Don't care.
Yeah, I was about to
PS5 console exclusive, coming to PC, developed by Firewalk Studios, newly acquired team, published by Sony.
Don't care. Let's move on.
PvP. Well, hold on. PvP first person shooter. This is one of the. I have to put more emphasis on this one. And I know you don't care, Richard. I don't give a shit right now either, but I have to put more emphasis on this. It's like, this was even less. I just want to put this into perspective. This was even less. Yeah, this was even less than the Fairgames trailer. Because the Fairgames trailer at least gave people an idea of what you can expect. It doesn't look good, but it's like what you can somewhat basic expect from it.
Yeah, like,
I don't know what this is. Yeah, if they didn't come on later onto the PlayStation blog and say that it was a PvP first person shooter, no one would know what the fuck it is. No one know what it is, and no one would care. They just go, okay, it's got a ship, it's got a burger that has a bite in it.
Alien burger,
It's got a gun.
Alien plans.
Yeah, who gives a shit? It's ridiculous. Why did you even do this? What the fuck was the point of showing this other than a title reveal? And this is what I mean by, like, this is such an Xbox move, where it's one of those Xbox CG trailers that I routinely dunk on. Fucking here it is in the middle of Sony's first big showcase in God knows how long, almost 2 years. And this is different from the Wolverine trailer that came out the last time, in that it's Wolverine the last time. I think we know what to expect from Wolverine. Concord? What? Concord?
Yeah, like, I don't even know.
Woohoo! Yay,
like,
Concord.
What is that, the fucking console or some game bullshit I actually thought Concord was some kind of weird remake from the Atari or some shit. I don't know.
No, I don't care.
it's so
Yeah, I just don't care about it.
It's
Like
so just ridiculous that they this was their third PlayStation game in the event. In the whole near hour of this showcase, third. And it's a CG title reveal trailer. I can't fucking believe it. I really can't. And then, speaking of I can't fucking believe it.
I'm gonna take over from here.
Go
Here
for
we
it,
go.
man.
Time for me to get mad. Okay, whoever works at PlayStation, who in the right fucking idea was it to put a goddamn movie trailer right by around the end of the showcase? Yeah, wait, this was the excluding the hardware and Spider-Man. Imagine like those out. Imagine if this is how they fucking ended the showcase. Oh my god, I would have like ripped everything off my computer in frustration.
I think I would have just
Holy
ended
fuck.
the live stream right there.
Yeah,
I wouldn't have
'cause
said
I'm
anything.
like,
I would just ended it.
I'm like, I said before on the stream, I could go to the movies right now. Especially in when we're probably all going to see Across the Spider-Verse. This trailer is going to show up.
Yeah.
Because again, it's Sony. You know, they have the thing. Why would you waste valuable showcase time and show this fucking thing here? Why? Like, there's no point. Oh, because it's our game. Because we got to make our money somehow. You know, and all this other bullshit. Like, no.
Yeah, the
That's
millions
not
of
how you fucking
views.
do it.
The millions of views on the first trailer for it, that wasn't enough for you guys. You now have to put this in the middle of the fucking video game showcase. Oh my god, dude.
And this is like, and again, and imagine, right? Imagine like the cool actors like David Harbour, Orlando Bloom is like, wow, I can't believe he's actually in another movie. And no offense to him, he's cool. But man, just imagine if this movie dunks just because PlayStation fans got salty that it showed up in the showcase. And I'm mad too. Because again, it's a PlayStation games showcase, not a no room for a fucking movie trailer. This fucking idea was this.
This is what I mean. Like the people
I don't care about it.
Well, the people that are curating the content for these showcases should not be in charge of this. I just really, if oh my god, I can't even. This is where like I just can't. I can't This is the point in the showcase.
Speechless. You were speechless the first time in this show.
This is the point in the showcase where I had my jaw
so bad loudly.
This was a jaw-dropping moment, and I mean that in the worst possible way. I could not believe this was real. I couldn't believe it. It like broke my brain for a moment. I couldn't believe it. That they had the fucking nerve to put
a
movie trailer,
a
movie trailer in the middle of the showcase. Wow. Wow. Richard, what do you have to say about this?
He's gonna say nothing. He doesn't care.
Nothing. I don't. I mean, I'm interested in the movie already. So
that's the thing that it's like that's the thing that pissed me off. I don't mean to cut you guys off, but like, fuck, man. Again, this is what I hate that also PlayStation does too. Is that or especially like it's different from Uncharted because I'm actually interested in this movie, but fuck, man, just doing it like this. It might sway my opinion on it now. And the movie might be good, but imagine if the sales and all this other stuff goes low.
Right.
Because they put it in here. Like, it's so dumb.
Well, that's what I mean by
the marketing.
That's what I mean, like, when these indie games get included, that with the negative association with a crappy showcase, it's kind of the same thing with Gran Turismo, because I do think the movie looks kind of interesting. It looks really goofy.
Yeah, and it's based on a true story.
Yeah,
it's based on a true story. The gamer turned actual driver.
It's a very stereotypical like sports like underdog kind of thing.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
It looks goofy, and I'm kind of into it. But I just now is not the time for a Gran Turismo movie trailer, especially one where it's just a shortened version of the trailer you already put out like a month
especially
ago.
Like since you already did this bullshit before putting movie trailers in your showcases or E3 stuff. I can't quite remember. It was a while.
I think the
long
only
time ago.
the only time I can think of that PlayStation did this was they included this is back in like 2014 when they were trying to get into PlayStation original television, and they put
No,
in
oh
a
my god,
they put in a
oh.
preview of that show Powers in their E3 2014 presentation. And I totally forgot about that until just now.
I was like, it was 2014, 2015 was such a weird time where Xbox and PlayStation were trying to get into quote unquote, I guess, television, like trying to make it like a bigger deal than it was. I'm like, guys, just focus on the games.
Yeah, that was
Who
when
gives a
like
shit about the television shit.
Yeah, that was when like Quantum Break had its own TV show that was installed in the game. That was when they were first starting to get the Halo TV show off the ground, which wouldn't come to fruition until like a whole generation later.
It was fucking terrible.
Weird fucking time.
Yeah, and then before this is a thing on its own. It's not a game, but of course you got Jimmy Boy putting his little fucking
his Wii U ripoff.
Yeah. Do it in your live services voice, like, oh, we got the thing with the it's like providing the games.
I'm Jim Ryan, and I hope that you enjoyed this look at all the wonderful games that we have coming to PS5. At PlayStation, we believe in everything that we do. We love that you guys have no idea what our live services are all about, because we're not going to show them again for another year. And please buy my Wii U successor. I made this over the weekend. It looks cool. I broke a DualSense controller in half and slipped them over the sides of my iPad. Please buy this for $300 when it comes out later this year. And also, please enjoy my lossless audio earbuds. I am too dumb to wear normal earbud headphones when I play on my PlayStation 5. But I like this lossless audio because it allows me to hear the salty tears of gamers when I tell them that PlayStation is turning into literally every fucking video game company on the planet. Because we are no longer special. We love our live services and our mobile games and our PC ports that are totally fucked at launch. We love PlayStation. And then if you were to ask him, hey Jim, what was the last PS5 game you played? Well, I played the brand new game from world-renowned developer Sony Santa Monica in God of War Ragnarok. I normally don't feel emotions in real life, but playing God of War Ragnarok allows me to feel actual human emotions for a split second. So Project Q is this like Wii U fucking thing where you do the stupid remote play, which is not gonna work. It's not gonna work because their cloud services suck. It's not gonna fucking work.
They're going to abandon it.
Also, I was gonna say also too. Apparently, this shit only runs 3 to 4 hours.
Oh yeah, that's the battery life. Yeah.
I was like, come on, man. Wait, I could be wrong.
No,
the Switch
you're right.
runs longer. The Switch runs longer.
No,
than that shit.
The Switch could probably run like 3 hours, but if you're playing something like Zelda, which is very demanding, but that's natively built onto the Switch. That's natively. You're playing that natively. You're doing this cloud streaming shit. That there's no native.
So even then,
nothing
some games might be more intense. So you might lose. Why don't
you get your lazy ass to the chair and play it in front of your TV? Why the fuck do you have to buy this stupid streaming device? Stop giving Sony money for this dumb shit. Like, stop.
I mean, honestly, like, I got a Steam Deck. I don't need this shit.
I mean, I understand handhelds like with the 3DS and the Switch, but
and the Steam Deck. Don't forget the Steam Deck.
But then you have to have the PS5 on at all times, so that's wasting electricity. Plus, you then have to sit your stupid ass out in the living room to connect to the Wi-Fi on this Q Lite. Then you have to connect it to the PS5, and that's with the hope that it will run successfully on the Q Lite, and it won't have horrendous frame rate hitches because PlayStation's cloud technology sucks compared to Xbox's.
Oh yeah, it is. I do not care for that.
So that's Project Q from Jimmy Boy, where he had his little like speech at the end, because Jimmy Boy always has to have a speech either at the beginning and or the end of one of these showcases, and he always sounds like a fucking android when he does.
I've already also said
I don't like Jim Ryan. I want him to step down.
He's a great bean counter. But as far as a personality, he has the personality of a fucking wet blanket.
I would rather take rather take 1,000 Phil Spencers than this motherfucker.
Yes, and I don't even find Phil Spencer.
At the very least, like, okay, yeah, there's some negatives with Phil, of course. He's like Todd Howard. He goes excuse after excuse with his shit.
That guy,
I'll say he quote unquote apologized, but I think that's more.
He's been apologizing for like 10 years now about Xbox.
Yeah, basically, it's corpo stuff, not genuine shit.
It's to make him look good. It's a business.
I know, like,
it's totally calculated. I know it is.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, look, that's what I'm saying. The whole apology shit. But
I appreciate he's at least putting on the illusion of some kind of relatable CEO
and apologizing.
And I'm not saying he's not. I'm not saying he's like a piece of shit in real life. He might be a really nice guy to like have a coffee with and talk about video games. I'd rather talk to him than most of the people from PlayStation, because I feel like he'd treat me like a normal human being. And I've heard he's actually pretty responsive to a lot of like criticisms that people have kind of like privately messaged him or something like that.
Especially when he only played like 30 minutes of Redfall and then he stopped.
He's like, I'm done. I can't do this.
If he's even that honest about it, then yeah, I would rather take him than fucking Robot Man over Jimmy Boy.
I was amazed that he spent like 30 minutes sandbagging his own game on that Kind of Funny podcast. That's fucking amazing. Marvel Spider-Man 2, which ended the show, it was like the only thing that could end the show at this point, which is still does not have a release date. What does not have a release date? Why does this not have a release date? What is going on?
Yeah, all we know is that it's fall of this year.
Whatever a Spider-Man.
If it was to me, I'd say it might be possibly of course, September at the earliest, November at the latest. But I would say September, personally.
December.
I would say November. I'm going to go with November.
Well, if they did December, that would mean it's a very small delay or something like that. I don't know.
And I would want them to take their time with this. This was
especially,
this was clearly one of the few big highlights that we had, and it's shockingly the only first-party PlayStation game that showed up with actual gameplay. Helldivers 2 doesn't count. Helldivers 2 is second party. They don't own Arrowhead. I appreciate that they showed up with gameplay with Helldivers 2, which is cool. But this is the only first party PlayStation game that showed actual gameplay. That is dire. That is dire. But the thing with Spider-Man is that it looks cool. It looks as cool as I expected. And I guess the greatest compliment that I can give Sony and Insomniac is that when I look at this gameplay that looks cool, that looks flashy, looks very like detail-oriented and intensive, I believe 100% that it's representative of what I'm going to play when I finally get my hands on it. I don't have any... so far, I don't have any hesitation believing gameplay that is put in front of me from PlayStation themselves. They haven't done any bullshit with that, like Horizon or God of War or Returnal or Demon's Souls or Astro or Ratchet & Clank. Any of these games that really do look this beautiful and smooth to play really do end up being that when they come out. More so because for some reason Sony never showcases these at 60 frames. They always do 30. So it's always going to look smoother when it comes out at 60. So that's the greatest compliment I can give them, is that I believe 100% what I'm seeing when I look at this footage.
Look, man, just give me more Spider-Man. I'll take
also too,
Spider-Man.
We expected also too. It's like, at least to me, I kind of expected them to talk about symbiote. I did not expect to be like, yeah, fuck it, you're getting the black suit, like not right away, but in terms of like how they revealed it, I'm like, oh, they're gonna do some Web of Shadow shit. Like, fuck yeah,
I wonder
for that.
What I want to know. What I want to know, though, is are we going to get to play as regular Peter as well?
Or
That's what I'm hoping.
I
I'm
hope
hoping we
not.
could switch between the suits. That'd be nice.
Yes, that was my next question. I wonder if you're going to be stuck with the symbiote suit in certain story missions. And I wonder if that's going to be the case, because it's going to look weird if Peter's like aggressive and he's wearing like the Rockstar outfit from the first game or something like that.
Yeah, and it's like, take it with a grain of salt, but it would be like great attention to detail if, as you switch to like you unlock the costumes and suits, there are symbiote variants to those suits. So I'd be
Ooh.
like, man,
That'd
that'd be
cool.
some nice attention to
are you
detail.
gonna get Carnage as well? Probably. Or do you
I
feel
think
like
that might be the
Carnage-
third game they do.
I was like
Carnage.
Carnage. You mean Carnage?
Carnage.
Yeah. Okay.
So the villains so far that we've seen mentioned, it's like obviously there's Kraven, there's Venom, Taskmaster, Black Cat, Prowler, Hammer. I think that was Tombstone or Hammerhead. I think that was Tombstone.
Yeah,
And
there was
then,
obviously there's going to be the Lizard.
Lizard. That's right. Why the fuck did I blank on the
You
Lizard?
don't know. I was gonna say
I know.
Lizard, bro.
I know.
But technically, also, I mean, Venom's technically an anti-hero as well.
Yeah,
I mean,
but I'm
he's
pretty
evil at
sure
first.
that's going to be Harry Osborn at the end.
I was gonna say, yeah.
You think Harry's
the
gonna become
rumors-
the symbiote?
I do
as a
think he's going to
villain?
be Venom in this.
Like
The big-
as
the
a
big
villain.
question-
yes.
Well, yeah, it's like off topic, but like the Ultimate Spider-Man cartoon, that's the only one where Harry becomes Venom and he's the villain Venom, not Eddie Brock.
Yeah.
But like the thing is, we're not sure if like Harry is just going to give Peter the symbiote, or if it's like, oh, he's gonna be Venom for a while and then he gets symbiote and then maybe Eddie gets the symbiote. We gotta wait and see, how it goes.
Does Miles ever get the symbiote ever at one point?
I
or
don't
no?
think he will in this.
Well, again, I'm the comic guy, so I should know. So yeah, surprisingly, he has, but he's not actually been, I don't know how to say, I guess, aggressive with it or whatnot. But yeah, if he did ever get it, it would probably be much, much later Spider-Man game-wise.
Yeah,
not
I don't
like,
know.
for now, Peter is just gonna have the symbiote.
Right.
No, worst
You
case
know.
scenario is Peter is getting. I guarantee you there will be a part where the symbiote's taking over Peter, and you're gonna have to use Miles to fight him.
I know.
Oh yeah, I was thinking that too.
Or maybe
I'm
that's gonna
excited to go
I
for
doubt-
that. Yeah.
I
That could
doubt
be
that's
really
gonna be
cool.
I doubt that'll be the final battle, but
No,
but I'm
Oh,
pretty
yeah, no, definitely. The final battle will probably be, my opinion, probably the Venom fight.
Yes.
It'd be probably Kraven, then a little bit of Lizard, then Kraven again, and then finally Venom.
My
personally.
theory where this is gonna go is that the symbiote suit will fully merge, like Peter will realize towards the end that like he needs to get rid of the suit. It'll basically be like how Spider-Man 3 was, where he tears the suit off and then it goes to somebody else, which is going to be Harry Osborn. I guarantee you Harry is going to die at the end of this, and then Kraven will go to jail, Harry will die at the end, because he's already dying. He has like
the
this
suit
disease.
is literally keeping him. It's kind of from Ultimate Spider-Man. The suit was made in mind, at least the symbiote. They're going the ultimate way, so it's not an alien as far as I know for now. It's more man-made.
Yeah,
so
and then
the suit is literally keeping him alive.
I think Connors is the one that developed the symbiote suit.
Oh yeah, like in the
In this
Ultimate Comics, it was Peter and Eddie's fathers that made the suit. In this one, it was Kirk Connors who developed the suit.
And then I think what's gonna happen is Harry will die at the end of this, and then Norman becomes the Green Goblin in the next game, and then you get
that would be
Carnage
great,
in the next game too.
Yeah, that'd be great. Like third villain, Green Goblin.
Mm-hmm. We'll probably get like another play on like the death of Gwen Stacy or something at the end of. Except it'll be Mary Jane probably at the end of Spider-Man 3 or something like that.
Will they keep, and then we'll go into Wolverine, and then we're gonna get the Marvel video game.
I mean, we'll get Wolverine before Spider-Man 3, so
I would be a little, personally, if that was way in the future, I'd be a little bit scared if Insomniac tried their own take on Avengers, like, play multiple characters than just Spider-Man and Miles. And
I just don't want. I would like for them to create their own IP at some point. I just don't want them to become the Marvel and Ratchet studio.
Yeah.
At this point, no. Which, actually, no. Are there anything else you want to say, Adam?
The last thing, there's one last thing, is that I'm glad this does not have co-op in it. I'm glad it doesn't,
Yeah,
because
I'm
that would.
glad it went more the Grand Theft Auto 5
Yes, so am
character
I.
switch thing.
Because
Thank God.
you would have to, it would compromise the single player experience, and it would
Basically,
also make it
do
so where
not.
you would have to
I was-
do some like redesigning the
I
levels
was
and stuff like
basically,
that.
yeah, exactly. I was so scared that they were going to do a fucking Arkham Knights, Gotham Knights. Sorry, Gotham
Gotham
Knights
Knights, yeah,
ruled with it.
yeah.
and
Yeah, I can
no,
see that.
It wasn't I was scared. I was like, people thought that was going to happen. Like, no, look, it's Insomniac. It's probably, we could just switch them out,
Yeah.
That's it.
So
I
that
don't know
was.
why people saying the UI though is trash. I'm like, it's fine.
It looks good. It looks fine. Like, as long as it's
Especially
functional, I
too,
don't really care.
I'll be honest. Compared to Peter, like excluding his black signal, like Miles is way more freaking somehow more powerful than he is in the last game.
Yeah.
Fucking Hadouken electricity blast, like
Dude, it's fast. Like the traversal looks even faster in this one compared
which
to
is
the
fine.
original.
Yeah, it's
It
fine.
looks great. Yeah, but I'm definitely excited to get my hands on this. This was originally it was Phantom Blade Zero, but just because I believe the footage that I'm seeing a lot more in Spider-Man, I'm giving Spider-Man my game of the show with that.
Will Spider-Man dethrone Tears of the Kingdom for being your game of the year?
I don't think so, but we'll see. I have a feeling nothing will dethrone Tears of the Kingdom for my game of the year.
So far, I don't know. We'll see. The thing with me and Spider-Man is that like I just feel like I get a ton of adrenaline kicking in whenever I'm swinging.
Well, I was not really that
does.
big on the first. I even to this day, I'm still not that big on the first game. I think it's okay, but I think people like way blow it out of proportion as far as like how good it is.
It's like I'll say it is like, and it might just be me. I always prefer Miles Morales over Spider-Man.
Yeah,
so do I.
Yes, Miles Morales is better than
Better
and
powers.
it's like I know that not exactly a hot take or controversial opinion. I just think that for what it did, it somehow was not only able to have a perfect, in my opinion, length, gameplay and story-wise and mission-wise, but it was actually able to put so many good additions to it.
Yeah.
Especially, I feel, heck, I would even dare say Miles' traversal is way more fun to do than Peter's traversal in the game. Especially the Venom glides and jumps and glides.
That stuff is cool.
It's so fun. Now with the sequel, I feel that not only is Peter going to have more fun traversal mechanics, Miles is going to join in with that too. So hey, best of both worlds for both characters. They've
already solved the problem that I foresaw with Spider-Man 2, where it's like, look, I can't go back to Peter Parker after playing as Venom or as Miles Morales. Like I'm gonna need something else, and they solved that problem by having the symbiote suit, where there's going to be more options with that, and then more gameplay mechanics. And I'm like, oh, okay. Well, they solved that problem for me. Do you guys have anything? Because if we have nothing else to say about Spider-Man, I want to get into what Richard was going to talk about.
One last thing I did want to say. I mean, is Peter going to lose the symbiote over time? Just
I think so.
Go back to the regular suit.
Yeah, it'll go. I have a feeling he's going to at least keep, because they're going to have to put in some excuse to keep it. Because there's no way they're gonna take it away from people once they gotten a taste of it in the open world, like the post game stuff. They're gonna have to find a way to keep it in there.
It could be like Spider-Man Friend or Foe, where it's like he had the symbiote and they kept a portion clone of it in a tank.
Yes,
and Spidey could switch it out between it if he wanted to. Also, too, and again, this is just rumors. Take it with a grain of salt. But apparently, Peter might get a taste of the suit. It might not go back to it, but he might develop some tech or might develop a new suit that copies, in a technological aspect, some of the symbiote's features. So, you can, do Peter's usual moves and then later do the other moves of, I guess, the copied symbiote, I guess.
Yeah, that's how I foresee they're going to do it. Because
that's how
no way they're going to take that away.
That's how I saw, even with the first trailer, is it almost was feeling like that as well. You know?
All right.
So, Richard, what were you going to say about Jimmy, our friend Jimmy Boy?
Not just Jimmy Boy, just overall about the PlayStation run. Because I remember I saw a video you made, I think it was a year ago, when you made a video about how you were reading an article about I believe some PlayStation corporate leader, some representative being interviewed. I mean, they asked him about what is the brand, what does the term PlayStation mean to him? And
Oh, yeah. I
he would
remember that.
say, "Oh, it's about the games and everything."
It's
And
cool.
it's cool.
PlayStation
Yes.
is cool.
Yeah, and then when I remember your video saying right now, I remember you saying that like right now, like it's not the same like it was years ago. And even when you were bringing up how we transitioned from the PS4 to the PS5 era, even I look back at that, I'm just like, oh yeah, Adam does have a point. And then from there, I go back to like the early days of PlayStation, from PS1 to PS2 and PS3, and I'm like, holy crap, everything is just so different now. And I'm just like, and I'm looking at my PS5 right now. I'm just like, PlayStation just feels so plain now. Like
Again, it still baffles me that they're like they saw like it's almost like being a dumbass kid and then seeing another dumbass kid look at their dumbass homework and it's all failed and it's like, I want to do it like that now.
well,
And
yeah,
it's like, bro, stop.
well,
Stop copying the negative Xbox stuff. If
well,
anything,
yeah.
do what they're doing positively,
Well, yeah. And then after watching this presentation, like I remember that video that Adam made, and I'm just like, holy crap, no.
Yeah, like I said, yeah, it's like
right.
it reminds me of the Redfall video where it's like, oh, it's like they're quote unquote their games, like, oh, they're good at their games, but not good at everything else. Now it feels like, it's like, are they trying to like, like not deliver on their games? I mean, they do, but I feel like it's not enough.
I
Like,
don't know. I just
not
feel
the
like
quality, the quantity. But granted, I always will prefer quality over quantity in terms of games, of course.
and which now you bring up another point, but which is why I was talking to Adam the other day.
Uh-huh.
I feel like they've been putting too much of their resources on these bigger budget games.
Exactly.
And
Yeah.
because of
I
that,
completely agree.
and because of that, they have to be quiet, like this quiet. I mean, like
I know,
they've been
and it's
quiet for 2 years, and we're not hearing anything. And it's like,
hell out of me.
yeah, when you put all your resources on big AAA games, you're not gonna get. You're gonna have less games out on your console. And right now, we're kind of seeing that right now, and it's like,
Yep.
I'm just like, what the. I'm just like, my PS5 is just standing there. Like I said previously, my PS5 library is not that big.
Dusted in the
Compared
corner.
to my PS4 library, no, it's not that big. It is not that big. But I ended up getting one anyways because we got rid of the PS4, and I knew this was gonna have backwards compatibility with the PS4, so that's why I got it anyways.
Yeah.
But and also on top of that, I just don't feel like the PS5 has enough personality for some odd reason. And I say that because we look at every generation of PlayStation consoles, and each console had mascots. And I don't feel like the PS5 has that yet. Because the only ones if we want to talk PlayStation mascots, the only ones we really have are like maybe the ones from like the previous console generations. Like, we have Kratos. I mean, I'm not sure if Daddy Kratos I mean, obviously I'm pretty sure he's different from, young Kratos.
Very different.
Yeah.
But
yeah, I mean, he was definitely up there as a mascot, but now it's like, I mean, he's still a good
He's still a
character.
pretty
I don't
big
know.
mascot for PlayStation.
He's
He's just
still-
not
Yeah.
new.
he's
Yeah, I
just
got
not new. And then, we have Aloy still, but Aloy's mostly is a PS4 mascot.
Yeah. And even she
And-
is not yeah, she's not the most like interesting character
He's
either.
just the character.
And then Last of
Character
Us.
of
That's
all
most.
time. Sorry, I
Last
had
of
to
Us
do
is
the
technically
Morbius meme.
PS3 and then somewhat PS4. I don't know. I mean, but Ellie's.
That's PS3.
Yeah, no, that's definitely PS3. I'm just like,
I think the
I'm just-
closest we've come this generation to a new mascot that has something of a personality is Celine from Returnal, maybe, but that game's not the, how do I say this without sounding like condescending? That is not a game that really moves the needle for PlayStation. Like it's an interesting game, and I will say, out of all the games that PlayStation has released so far this generation, I've liked there. I think there are games that are much better than Returnal, but I think Returnal is the most unique out of all of them because it's very much like it's like a psychological. It's a really intense psychological horror game that is melded with this like bullet hell action shooter, which is really interesting, with a roguelike as well, but not what people would buy a PS5 for.
No, yes, exactly. That's what I mean. And this brings me to another concern somewhat, because okay, coming from a Nintendo guy, I mean, obviously when I was getting into PlayStation during the PS4 era, it was mostly because, like all I had was a Wii during the 360 PS3 era. I missed out on so many things. So obviously I would have also wanted a PS4 alongside my Wii U, because, the Wii U was also struggling as well. And now, what is it? Because they're focusing too much on these big AAA games now, I mean, as I've stated before, as I've been getting older, the older I get, the more I want to play smaller games. My concern is, what if we all feel, I'm kind of concerned if like, I mean, maybe people like me are kind of get a burnout or like fatigue from playing too many big open world games from them.
Yeah,
because they keep making them too big, and I don't have a problem when a game is big and has a long story, but I just feel like if we're getting too many of them, it's like, how the fuck are we all gonna be able to make time to play all these?
They're too bloated too.
Yes,
they're too
and
long. God of War. I really like God of War Ragnarok, but there's a whole ass level, and Richard knows the one I'm talking about. They could have removed that, and it would have been fine. The one with Anger Boda, where you're fucking collecting fruit and paint. It's like, did that really need to be there for like almost an hour where you're doing this boring shit?
Looking back, yeah, I mean, I didn't have a problem with it, but I can see where you're coming from.
It's gonna be brutal on that replay for God of War.
And I'm just like, I don't know. I personally, the only reason, and I'm just like at that point where I feel like, I don't know, maybe I'll stick with just the current PlayStation IPs that I got to enjoy during the PS4 era, and then I don't know where I'll go from there, because I know all of them are working on big ass budget titles, and unless like, I don't know, there's some magic to it, I don't know if like I'll get into them or not.
It's very routine.
I don't know, and that's the thing. Like, I want them to work on smaller titles too. I don't just want big ass open world games constantly. They can give them personality, fine, yeah, but I'm sorry, like, the older I get, like I said, like, I'd rather just play smaller games.
Yeah, sorry, you were finishing.
Yeah, and I know you said in your previous video as well, Adam, like when you said, like, I think what was Jim said something like, he said something about I guess like having a bunch of diverse of games, I guess.
Oh, that was Herman Holtz. That's the head of PlayStation Studios, who I think said that.
Yes, and you said like how having a bunch of live service games is not what you meant. No, and obviously, yes, I definitely agree with that.
No,
and you're like, I want my silly platformers. I want my. You said you
horror.
You want your horror. Yes.
I want like puzzle games, like something different.
Yes, and I'm looking at that, and I'm like, yes, I want that. That's the PlayStation I want. I look when you say those, I'm thinking about all the IPs and icons they've had from previous generations.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry, we're not seeing that with the PS5
no.
And I'm looking at it again, and it's just dead plain white. and obviously it is white, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
It just feels empty and soulless.
Yeah.
At least from my perspective. I mean, I don't know if you feel that same way as well, Adam, but
I definitely get I'll get into it a bit. I want to hear what Claylex has to say as we're reaching the outro for this.
Oh yeah, like in terms of like just my overall thoughts.
Yeah, just
this.
overall thoughts on the showcase. Now that we've talked about it extensively, overall, like where like the direction that PlayStation is headed in based on the showcase.
It's like based on this showcase, it feels like it's like they definitely are. I feel they are very weak, very desperate, and very clingy, and they're basically sweating in the corner and realizing, shit, man, we got nothing ready. Like at all, and it's like, yeah, we'll just have Spider-Man fucking carry everything as usual.
Yeah, Jesus, Insomniac needs a massage.
If anything, like I'll say it like this: if they were just being honest, be like, look, we can't do a showcase because we have no first-party titles. We'll maybe do something, I don't know, in July or August and do a state of play. It's like everyone would have been like, yeah, that's what we wanted. Like that's what we want, whatever. Yeah, if they did 5 to 10 games and then did some extended state of play, I would have totally been fine with that. Mm-hmm. But this felt like 95% of it felt like the biggest waste of fucking time. Especially, and like I said, especially that fucking movie trailer. What gives you the right to put that in there?
Yeah.
Like, we're off the fucking television phase, praising the television for how good it is. We know how good it is, but again, this is the gamer phase. This is the gamer brain rot mindset. We care about the fucking games right now, not the movies, not the fucking television shows. And God forbid you try to turn your fucking games into TV shows. Remedy.
As far as the showcase, I think we can all agree that this is definitely not worth the nearly 2-year wait for it.
Nope.
I'm not going to go full on scorched earth and say like because I've heard some like really hyperbolic stuff from people that are saying things like PlayStation is failing or PlayStation doesn't have any single player games anymore. I don't think that's true. But after this showcase, I am definitely concerned about their future output and cadence. Because if no one who approved this showcase should be calling the shots when it comes to how PlayStation presents itself. And this is maybe me like huffing a little bit on some copium, but I've heard some rumors that some like reliable people have said that they're going to do a second showcase later this year. And I'm thinking, okay, yeah, good. The fuck you better, because this was nothing compared to what we should have gotten.
I would have, honestly, if they were just fucking honest and then did help me out here, it's like, oh, this is a third-party showcase, then okay,
yes,
we wouldn't be so fucking pissed off.
Yeah, that's what...
But, you know what I mean? Like, oh, this is like, oh, this is their, just showcase.
Yeah,
I don't
think PlayStation realizes what a showcase should be, even though they're the ones that are doing this, which is very strange. And that the thing too is that probably the most frustrating aspect of this presentation, and I briefly touched on it in the live stream, is that I know I am 100% confident that PlayStation has the content in the ready to deliver a massive banger. But this is the second showcase in a row where it feels like they have severely held back. And I don't want to hear any excuses anymore about, well, PlayStation wants to wait until they have gameplay to show. No, that they clearly don't give a shit about that. With that Wolverine reveal and the Spider-Man reveal last time, and now the CG trailers for Fairgames and Concord, they clearly don't give a shit about waiting to reveal something when there's gameplay. That's not what's happening. And I just look at the complete wasted potential of this showcase, and it makes me just depressed. Because can you imagine if there's so much potential here? Can you imagine if they had just delivered maybe a 40 to 50 minute presentation and it featured things like Spider-Man 2, Helldivers 2, Rise of the Ronin, Death Stranding 2, Stellar Blade, Firewall, and then a handful of these third-party games from things like Phantom Blade Zero, Sword of the Sea, the Silent Hill 2 and Metal Gear Solid 3 remakes, Dragon's Dogma 2, maybe one or two other surprises. If they had delivered something like that, if they had saved the Death Stranding 2 reveal, moved that from the Game Awards to here, move that Rise of the Ronin, the Stellar Blade trailers from the September State of Play to here, this would have been excellent. We would be having a completely different conversation if they had dropped one of those this last week. And the thing, too, is that I would have been more than okay. I don't know about you guys. I would have been more than okay if this had been a dedicated State of Play for Spider-Man 2. If they had just come out and said, hey, we're going to have a 15-minute State of Play for Spider-Man 2, but to give you guys a nice bonus, we're also going to announce one more PlayStation Studios game that's coming in 2023. And then that's good. They show off Helldivers 2 in the beginning. They get the same trailer, date it, and then boom, move on to Spider-Man. Have a really great State of Play, just showing that.
Hell, look at fucking Xbox. They're doing exactly what you're saying. It's like, yeah. I mean, yeah. I was like, heck, like, and I know I said I'm going to give it a chance just because of Game Pass, but still, like, at least Xbox is doing what you're saying, and it's a good strategy. It's a good strategy.
Well, they're also coupling that with their showcase. So not only are they going to have a Starfield presentation, they're also having their normal summer showcase. Which that if that turns out to be worse than this, oh my god, it's not going to take much for it to be better. All Xbox has to do is just show off Avowed, just show off Hellblade 2, Forza. Maybe Fable, yeah, and that's it.
Perfect Dark.
You'll be good. You. That's it. Because
and a new Banjo. And a new Concord, but
I would love a new fucking Conquer. I'm serious. Yeah. I would fucking love a new Conquer's bad for a day.
But like Xbox has been on the fucking ropes this whole month up until this point because they had the CMA blocking their deal with Activision. They had Redfall, which fucking sucked mega dick. And then you've got them just like going on the kind of funny XCast and Phil Spencer doing the whole like defeatist kind of shit. Like PlayStation had them on the ropes. Like they were given a free kick with this showcase. And there's no goalie.
The fucking kingdom.
There was no goalie, and they were given a free penalty kick. And what did PlayStation do instead of just like lightly kicking it into the goal? They kicked it, it hit the rim, bounced back, smacked them on the fucking head, and went into their own goal. That's what this showcase was to me. It was a total own goal. Outside of Spider-Man, outside of like a handful of things, and the handful of things, mind you, that aren't even theirs, or Helldivers 2 is theirs. That correction. Helldivers 2, Spider-Man, a handful of other things. This was a total own goal for Sony. I don't know what happened, and if this is the best they can do with one of these showcases, don't bother. Don't ever do another showcase again. Just do your little fucking State of Plays and occasionally put in some first-party or second-party stuff in there. Don't bother differentiating the two anymore. Don't bother.
Personally, because I was going to say personally, it's like there's got to be like two different sets of people that work on the State of Plays and then the work on the showcase. Because I don't know, because I'm like, at least the State of Plays, it feels competent. This showcase did not.
Those last two not the last two State of Plays, but the State of Plays in last June and then the September one where they showed off like Rise of the Ronin and God of War. Those were fantastic. Those were so good. Those were just like 30 minutes of just bam, 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 quality stuff, and they were gone. They were just like awesome. And then you got Sony coming out with a showcase, and they're fucking like pulling their dick out on the stage and waving it around to the screaming horror of everybody in the audience. And they think they're the top shit. No, put your dick back in your pants, go the fuck back to the drawing board, and stop doing these goddamn showcases this poorly. Stop. This makes us look bad. This makes us as a hardcore fan base with PlayStation, people like me, it makes me feel fucking embarrassed for you. Secondhand embarrassment. And I hope to God, because I've heard from like some people that PlayStation were kind of surprised by the negative reaction. I hope to God this negative reaction reaches them and they really think to themselves, maybe let's not do that again, and they improve for next time. But I'm not gonna hold my fucking breath with these showcases anymore.
Yeah, they're probably just gonna.
I've been questioning as well. Like, are they really this out of touch with their fan base now?
Oh, they are.
Yes,
they totally.
I really do. As
are,
far as their
bro.
hardcore audience, I think they're dramatically out of touch with people like me.
Yeah, because that's the thing. Yeah, especially with the hardcore fanboys, the Sony ponies. Yeah, they'll just eat this shit up, and then they'll just be like, "Ha this is nice."
PlayStation just like opened their ass and took a massive shit on them with the showcase.
Took the, fucking like, if we're gonna call them Sony ponies, fucking like, you got Jimmy Boy taking out the fucking like feeder mass and then putting them in with the fucking Sony pony.
They gave them a good golden shower with the showcase.
It's not that hard. Just give it.
It's not. That's the frustrating thing.
That's the thing we've been saying for like damn near 3 hours.
I know.
It's not that fucking hard to make a game showcase. The issue on their part is like, did they actually have the cojones or the games to actually put it in? Especially if it's gonna, quote unquote, this should have been again a first, second party showcase. And it's like, no, they didn't. If they didn't, you just said cancel it. That's all. Like, be fucking honest. Like, honest.
Just come out and just say, like, look, we don't. Just talk to people. Stop this like Willy Wonka bullshit where you like hide in your chocolate factory, and then when you open the doors, you lead them into like one room, and then you show a couple rooms with some wallpaper with nothing in it, and then you lead them right the fuck back out and say, "See you next year." That's not what you do after almost 2 years of making people wait for one of these. That's completely unacceptable.
Yes, which brings me to the next point. It's not that hard. We've been asking for certain franchises to make a comeback already. You're not gonna make sequels to them. At least port them over. You've been asking for port. There's a market for them. People want to play these games. We don't want to fucking stream your shitty ass.
They're sitting on their ass on these old franchises, like that they could just if they would just make remasters for some of these. People would be happy.
I know, it doesn't have to be a remake from the bottom.
No, it doesn't have to be a Demon Souls style remake. Just remaster the goddamn games and put them on the PS5.
Like, I would want a not a remake, like a remaster.
I will pay a bunch of money just to play these games on my PS5.
I would want
seriously. If you want to overprice it to $60 like Nintendo does, fine.
If they remastered Sly Cooper for PS5. And gave it like a little bit of a touch up with 1, 2, 3, and 4, I would pay $70 for that easily. Yes, I would.
Yes, I would.
Same with Ratchet. Same with Ratchet and Ratchet's not, but Jack and Dexter is.
Yeah, I'm shocked that they haven't like done remasters of, not remakes, but fucking Killzone and Resistance.
Yeah, those are stranded.
Yeah,
stranded on those old consoles. Like, what?
It's like, it's so it pisses me off because I loved Killzone and Resistance. I love the concept and the gunplay personally, and it's like say what you will, Killzone, and they had that kind of iffy PS4 game, but still, fuck, man, those are some good games, and they don't do nothing with them.
Sony doesn't give a fuck about this. Sony does not seem to give a flying fuck about their legacy.
No, they don't.
And the thing is, too, it's like the thing that pisses me off about them. It's like they completely forget about the people that made them what they are. People like me who went out and people like me who didn't eat at school for weeks to save money for a PS3. I didn't have lunch for 2 weeks at school so I could save money and put that towards a PS3. I spent 9 months saving for a PS3 to buy God of War 3 to play it. I fucking did that shit. I starved as a 16, 17-year-old kid. A 16-year-old, I think. I starved to buy a PS3. And I guess my fandom means absolutely nothing to PlayStation now. It means nothing. If it means I'm not spending tons of money being a whale for like Genshin Impact or fucking Concord or Fairgames or any of these live services that they're in bed with, PlayStation does not give a shit about me. They don't care. It's with this presentation, and you know what? Again, I think they do have the content to blow me away. I really do. I really believe that with all my heart that they do. All they had to do was show off this, and I really don't think my expectations were all that unrealistic. Okay, let me read off my expectations for this showcase.
Mine were low, but holy
I had reasonable expectations for this showcase. Reasonable. I wasn't out here going, oh, they're gonna have Grand Theft Auto 6 and they're gonna have Metal Gear, all of them remastered. It's like, no, I'm not saying that. Here's the list of first and second party games. Please tell me if this is unrealistic. Twisted Metal, Horizon Zero Dawn remake, The Last of Us Factions 2, Marvel Spider-Man 2, the next big PC port, the multiplayer game from Firewalk when I assumed they would show gameplay, and the untitled Team Asobi project. Firewall Ultra, which is their only known first or second party PSVR 2 game right now. Helldivers 2, which we did get, thankfully. Stellar Blade, Rise of the Ronin. Is that unrealistic at all to expect that from your first showcase in almost 2 years?
That was what I expected. That's at least like if I was being like stuck in the copium. That was exactly all the games I expected to be at that showcase.
Dude, even the third party stuff. I had down things like Eternights was that Persona looking ass game that they announced last year.
Yeah, I was surprised.
I had Final Fantasy VII versus Rebirth. I had Metal Gear Solid 3 remake. I had Mortal Kombat 1. I had Silent Hill 2 remake, Tekken 8, and some other like indies in here. I don't think that's unrealistic, and yet my like tempered expectations were completely unmet. Just like they fell so far below the bar.
You only got like
it's not even funny.
I think 5% on your kind of wish list.
Dude, okay, let me look, because I wrote this down. I marked what I got in yellow, and I marked what I got in red. And the whole fucking document, it looks like totally red. The only things that I got were just Final Fantasy XVI, which I hate, Metal Gear Solid 3, Helldivers 2, the Firewalk games, and Marvel Spider-Man 2. And I say I hate that I got Final Fantasy 16 because that was the most obvious thing there, and it was not a surprise whatsoever. I'm greatly looking forward to Final Fantasy 16. It is my most anticipated game of the year. I am sick to death of seeing it at these presentations. Do better, guys. Do better. Please do better.
I'm like this. I'm praying too. I'm not praying that later.
But them leaving their previous mascots, especially their trilogy from the PS2 era, stuck on the PS3. That is a fucking crime. I'm sorry.
And the only way you can play it is to subscribe to their bullshit PS Plus Ultimate or whatever the Premium or whatever the hell it's called, and you have to cloud stream it. Come on! What are you doing? What are you doing? And I understand that they make a lot of money. PS5 is selling extraordinarily well. I'm not taking away the business reality from them, but sometimes the business reality is not what we as the hardcore fan base want to hear. We want to be seen. I would like to be seen by PlayStation, and not like once a year when they release their single player games. And that is not at all the direction that they seem to be going in, which is so frustrating and so sad. It's really sad as a PlayStation baby. I've been loyal to you guys for years. I'm not expecting Jim Ryan to come to my house and give me a fucking back massage or anything like that. I just want you guys to respect your legacy. Clearly, I give a shit more about your legacy than you do. And the ironic thing, too, is that Xbox has been in this game a hell of a lot less than Nintendo or Sony, and they're the only ones of the three big console manufacturers that seem to give two shits about preserving their legacies in any good way possible.
If we talked about them for a sec, like help me out, guys. So like, let's do the comparison game. What games do Xbox are doing that are first party, oldish IPs compared to what Sony PlayStation is doing?
There's Fable. It's not more the IPs about Xbox that I'm leaning more towards. It's the style of game that they're making, and I criticize Game Pass quite a bit because I don't believe it's going to be good for long-term ramifications.
Yeah,
we're starting to see that. But a game like Hi-Fi Rush, that is exactly the kind of game I want to see from PlayStation. It's not some giant big open world thing. It doesn't have state-of-the-art graphics. It doesn't have a story that talks about fucking life and death and all that crap. It's just it's a fun, linear, level-based action rhythm game that is heartwarming, has great characters, and it's fun as hell to play. And it only costs $30, and it's easily one of the best things I've played all fucking year. It's outside of Tears of the Kingdom. That is the best thing I've played all year.
Yeah, and honestly, and to give credit where credit is due, and I said it before that it feels like a genuine Xbox game. If this was
it does.
OG, I said personally, if I had to say in compared to all of them, this would be more an OG Xbox game more than a 360 or Xbox One. Mainly just because it hits me in the feels over
it does.
If I was in the Xbox OG era, they would totally sell this type of game.
And you know what? Xbox released like a shitter like Redfall. And I absolutely, and I'll just be honest, I don't think anything that Xbox has made in a very, very, very long time matches even like Spider-Man Miles Morales or especially Astro's Playroom. I don't think that at all. But I am more, I'll say this, I am more starting to grow a little more interested in their like diverse portfolio. I find as far as genre diversity, Xbox like far outpaces PlayStation. And all PlayStation seems to want to invest in these days are either these like massive, big budgeted single player games, which are good. I'm glad they're still doing that. I don't want them to stop. But then at the same time, they're like, duh, everyone's doing a live service. I want my live service too. I want my live service too. So let's make 12 of them. They want 12. Can you stop?
I don't want to have a mascot. I don't want to have a bunch of mascots from
service. You don't want to have a mascot that you're going to have to spend $20 on the skins for them, Richard?
No, I don't want to. I don't want a mascot from a live service game. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, no, it's
that's what I'm saying. No, it's gonna be 10, 12 fucking live service. It's still that one pissed me off. It still baffles me that PlayStation are like, we want like at least 10 to 12 live service games by like not the end of the year,
2025. I think the year was.
Yeah, I was like, fuck off with that shit,
dude. It's so that to me is just it's you sold out. Like it's PlayStation for a long time, and I knew this was going to happen eventually. I just didn't think it would be this massive of a culture shock. Is that I knew PlayStation at some point would give up the ghost and just be like, oh, well, yeah, we'll do live services. It was going to happen. It makes too much fucking money from all these people that buy skins, buy all the cosmetics, buy all the fucking currency. They buy Fortnite gift cards from their grandmas and shit like that. It's too big for them to resist. Even though they are the console manufacturer, they still are not prone to like avoid. Yeah, they're not going to be able to avoid that pull for long. I understand that, and I'm going to say in theory, I don't in theory hate the idea of Sony making a multiplayer game, because like I said, I'm interested in Helldivers II. That looks good. That has enough flavor. That has enough unique things to stand out from the crowd. Is it going to make Fortnite money? Hell no. Is it going to be a live service? Yes, but if it's able to cultivate some kind of dedicated following, like a hardcore audience, like what the first Helldivers did, because fucking Helldivers 1 got supported for years. I was shocked. When I saw how many updates that it's gotten over the years.
Yeah.
The same with Firewall Ultra same with Firewall 0 Hour. That had like 9 or 10 different seasons of content, and that's just some like first-person PSVR game that's exclusive to that headset, and it had its own like dedicated little following. Things like that I'm okay with because they're their own like little micro niches in there. But when they start doing shit like fucking Concord or Fairgames, when they want to start chasing the trends and all that, it's just it's like fuck off.
No, that's not what PlayStation's all about.
I'm gonna call it the Stars series.
When I think of PlayStation, I think
the Stars series, the sub series. Go ahead, Richard.
Even though I had my big star with PlayStation on the PS4, I'm sorry. When I think of PlayStation, I think of their mascots that they've developed over the years.
Absolutely.
I don't think about this. I don't think about the direction they're heading in right now.
Well, they want to. The thing with their current mascots is that They're either from the much older generations, or I feel like they've kind of been played out, but they're going to keep doing them because they make money. If Sony wanted to begin the first step of getting like easing people into the culture shock of like, oh my god, they're going to start making live services, they did a spectacularly bad job at that.
Yeah.
Like, bad, really bad. Because if you go and look at the comments, if you go and look at and I'm not saying like Twitter and their YouTube channel and the PlayStation blog are representative, like give the full story of real life, how people think and stuff like that. But if you go and look at something like Helldivers II, you're going to look at a lot of like much more positive reception. But if you go to something like Fairgames or Concord, oh my god, it's brutal, like the reaction to it, especially Fairgames. It's brutal.
Oh,
people are not happy.
Yeah.
People are not
Yeah.
happy with this.
Look, I want them all to fail. I want them all to fail.
I don't want them all to fail. I want most of them to fail. So that I don't. Here's the thing too. I don't want any of them to become like a big success. I want them all to have their little like micro like pockets of success to where it makes them some money, but not all the money.
Yeah, that's the sad part. I don't want PlayStation to do bad, but if something bad needs to happen for them to realize how out of touch they are, then I'm for it.
The thing too, and again, I said this in the fucking video, but the devil's advocate that I will play here is that it really does seem like they're taking this shit seriously because they're having Bungie like rigorously vet their live services. Because it's like if Last of Us Factions came out and was dog shit, do you know how fucking damaging that would be to Sony and the brand and everything? Like, that would be bad. Like, they don't have Microsoft money. They can't afford to have one of these live services come out and be spectacularly bad. They cannot afford a Destruction All-Stars level of failure with this. They can't. And Sony does not know what the fuck they're doing with these multiplayer games, clearly, because they bought Bungie for like $4 billion to come in and tell them what they're doing wrong. And that seems to be what they're doing.
Let's not forget that about the rumors going around that Factions 2 is supposedly failing right now.
And I would not. Honestly, I'd be fine if that got canceled. Take Naughty Dog off a multiplayer game, put them back on the single player stuff. That's what they're good at. Go do that.
I liked how Factions 1 was, and honestly,
as an add-on multiplayer mode.
Yeah, it's like it might just be me again. I did wish they expanded on it, you know, not make it open world, mind you. God forbid, I don't want it to be fucking like The Division, but that's what I was just saying. And then I guess like, you know, I guess Bungie got this idea too that that's what they were thinking, but then they saw the gameplay, I guess, and they're like, it's not really working out, you know.
Yeah. But in conclusion, for on my end at least, this is the worst PlayStation presentation probably since the 2015 PlayStation Experience one. This might be the worst one, like the worst, like hyped up big one that they've done. This was pretty dire. This really like shook me as a hardcore PlayStation fan to see this. And I know that sounds like an exaggeration, that sounds like hyperbole, but it really was an eye-opener to watch this. And if PlayStation, here's the thing too, I will forgive them for this if that rumored second showcase turns out to be an absolute banger, but I'm not holding my fucking breath. I don't even think this was such a culture shock to me. This was so disappointing. I don't even want to make predictions videos anymore for these showcases. What's the fucking point if I'm just going to be that dead wrong about what they show? If PlayStation is just going to be that boneheaded about their choices, about ignoring all the obvious stuff that should be here. Not Gran Turismo movie trailer, not Project Light, not fucking Foamstars.
Give the fans their Sly Cooper 4. That game, the 5.
Sly Cooper 5.
You guys have been stuck on that cliffhanger for years.
Not CG
now.
trailers for live services. Like
Concord.
Give us Parappa the Rapper 3 while you're at it as well.
Yeah.
Give them Ape
I
Escape.
don't mind.
At least
do
it's
that
something
shit.
unique, yeah.
Just
Give
give
the-
us something.
give the
us
fans Ape
something,
Escape.
Not this bullshit.
Yeah, make a new Ape Escape. Give it a Team Asobi. Let them make a new Ape Escape. That would be great.
Give the
fucking
fans
love playing that
Concrete
on my
Genie
PSP.
again. But then again, that one failed, unfortunately. That was sad when
But-
they let that one die.
But in conclusion, I'm still going to stick with my letter grade of C-, and I'm only doing that because Spider-Man saved this from it like web swinged in and saved this from getting knocked in the D range.
Hey, that's what the homie Spider-Man is for. Everybody gets one, like he said to Peter in Family Guy.
Spider-Man.
Everybody gets one.
But-
Thanks, Spider-Man.
Yeah,
Everybody
Spider-Man,
gets one.
If Spider-Man wasn't here, this would easily be like a D. So C- for me, D+ for Clay. Richard, what's your letter grade?
Oh my. I'm probably gonna. I don't really have a grading system, to be honest. But yeah, if I'm gonna have to choose, fine. I'll. Yeah, C-. C-.
I don't want to
Fair.
bully you into giving you a grade. It's a grade.
I don't really do this grading thing. I don't know, like there. It's,
I don't normally
it's not,
either.
It's
but
not
it's
a
just,
bad
The grading
presentation.
system's good.
It's not a bad presentation. It's just not honestly
no,
they didn't deliver.
That's the thing, is that like if this was the lineup for Jeff Keighley, one of Jeff Keighley's things, I would be like, that was okay. That was pretty good. As a PlayStation showcase, it was outside of Spider-Man and Helldivers.
Hell no.
Holy Jesus, was this bad? Oh my god, like unbelievably bad. Dude, they man, Xbox escaped. Man, they dodged that bullet like Neo, man. Man, oh man,
Yeah,
they dodged that
it's
bullet.
like they it's kind of weird. It's almost like with free, it's like two of the same guys. So you got Xbox getting shot because of Redfall. PlayStation is laughing, they get shot, and now like Xbox is recovering from
Now it's
that
their
bullet
turn.
wound, and hopefully they cross their fingers and hope they don't get shot again.
Here you go.
know?
They're at the goal now. They're given a.
Oh.
They're in the same
Oh,
position now that the PlayStation was,
oh,
where
man.
they're at the goal line with a penalty kick, and there's no goalie, and all you gotta do is just lightly kick it in. Just lightly kick it in. You don't need to be amazing. You don't need to be the best fucking Xbox showcase I've ever seen. You just need to be good. Just be competent, and that will automatically be better than this showcase. Richard, thanks for joining me today. What's your final word on this?
I mean, I got nothing else to say. Look, all I'm gonna say is, PlayStation needs to get their fucking shit together. Otherwise, my PS5 is just gonna continue standing there with dust entering it.
Damn.
Seriously, I'm so. What else am I gonna do with it? I haven't been able to. I haven't had any reason to touch it.
From a first party perspective.
Yeah, I mean, I bought a PS5 for the first party stuff.
Yeah.
I did not buy for third party. Third party, most of it I could get on PC, but obviously
Mhm.
PC third party stuff hasn't been the best lately. So if that happens, I mean, I'm obviously gonna get it on PS5.
Yeah. Claylex, as always, thank you for joining us today. What's your
No
final
problem.
word on this?
This was shit. I'm gonna go and stuff myself full of donuts and cry in the corner.
So the last word I'll say is that as a PlayStation baby, this was humiliating. Do better, for my sake, please. All right,
I want to get the binky.
no, get the binky for me.
A goo goo gaga.
I'm gonna go drink myself into a stupor and forget this showcase happened.
Uh,
All right.
Hung-
All right. Thank you everyone for watching, and we'll see you all when we see you. All right.
yep.
Bye.
Bye.